Welcome everybody to our latest session of the Empire of the Ghouls. As usual, we're going to do a quick recap of what occurred last session, and then we'll get underway with tonight's session. So team, you'll likely recall we picked up last week, you guys were on the vessel, the Skin Trader, as you were making your way across the Sulphur Sea, headed to Chandelier Island in order to acquire some of this oil that you were told about from Narrowsane. He indicated that this is effective against ghouls, and that is why it is such highly sought after for the enemies of ghouls. And so you guys are heading there to try to collect some. The vessel that you guys were on, due to some unfortunate rolls, had found itself sailing through some very hot waters here in the Sulphur Sea. Normally the Sulphur Sea isn't necessarily super hot, but you found yourself in an area that was like boiling hot. And these creatures poked their heads out of the water. They were large, vaguely humanoid shaped, but looked to be primarily made up of like fiery scales. So they had sort of a reptilian look to them, and also very much associated with fire, again, based on their appearance. They were throwing these spears at you, and you guys noticed that when they threw it, hit or miss, it would vanish and then immediately reappear in their hands, allowing them to potentially attack a second time. Or what they often tried to do was get up close to the ship and then wrap their tails around an unsuspecting target, pull them off into the waters where they would be scalded further and make it very dangerous for them. So that battle was able to deplete you guys' resources a bit as you did what you could fighting these creatures, but primarily we're just trying to make the vessel move as fast as you could to try to outpace them. The creatures themselves were throwing their spears and then only moving somewhat. Again, your vessel is moving faster once you guys really set your efforts to it. And that allowed you to outpace these creatures and find yourself, outdistancing them, getting away from them enough that you could continue moving on. You guys then had an opportunity to take a brief respite, making your way further along the Sulphur Sea. As you got closer to Chandelier Island, you had been told already that most vessels avoid Chandelier Island because there are these stories about these angels that fly around Chandelier Island. And so the vessels in this area just sort of know not to go there. You guys, of course, are trying to brave that danger and get to the island itself. As you got closer to the island, sure enough, you saw those angels as they descended to attack your teammates and yourself, of course. These angels had flayed heads, so their skulls were bare. They also had large wings and fought with fiery swords. But most interesting was their seeming resistance or ability to negate magic, to some magic at least, as Archgale found out. Very unfortunately so, as they were able to not only cancel his spells, but rebuff some of that energy back upon him, damaging him with radiant energy. In addition, we had Laud getting clobbered pretty hard. The team members, after Laud got hit really hard, they tried to move him off to the side, essentially get him away from the danger, but that left him easily in the grasp of a flying creature. So while he was unconscious, one of the angels flew over, grabbed him, and took off with him, flying across the air to the island proper. It indicated something in the infernal language, which I believe one of our team members here was able to deduce. During this time, we had Glory also, thanks to his ability, trying to fly after the angel, though the angel seemed to be much faster than Glory, he couldn't really keep up. Luckily, we had Laud pulling a nat 20 death save, which allowed him to regain consciousness while he was being flown over to the island, at which point he cast a Dimension Door spell to get himself back to the vessel, much to the group's delight. You guys then made your way to the island proper, finding a dock outside the island and being able to see sort of a vague silhouette of the island itself due to this sort of dimish light that seems to be coming from above in this crystalline area. You guys then docked the vessel here, letting the captain know that she should remain here and allow you guys to essentially do what you have to do and come back, which she agreed to do so. You guys then made your way up. You did spend a bit of time here trying to heal or apply bandages, that sort of thing. So the angels seemingly were swooping around. So you guys rushed to the first entrance you found upon ascending from the docks and started making your way through this essentially hole in the island. So this island, as a reminder, is a stalagmite, a massive stalagmite that essentially is an island that you're currently navigating. As you guys made your way through this hole, you realized it essentially was the shape of a large worm. Like you were entering through the rear of the worm and then exiting from the mouth, and it was very long. This was a decorative worm, as best you can tell, is it sort of an architecture thing. You guys were able to get all the way through this tunnel and eventually spot some sounds, or hear some sounds, spot some activity up above, at which point you guys pressed forward and found yourselves in battle with this very large worm and some other creatures here that you had to fight and dispatch. They didn't pose too much of a threat to you guys, as you're able to defeat them relatively easily, and after you did so, you continue making your way up towards the north, where you saw this sort of grouping of mushrooms. Seemed as though there was these large mushroom growths, and in fact a mushroom humanoid creature that seemed to be in this area, perhaps tending to those mushrooms. You guys have tried to communicate with this creature. It seems to speak a very broken language as best as it can, and you guys managed to, with the benefit of a tongue spell, communicate with it to an extent. We're asking it some questions. However, as you made your way further in, due to the light sources that some of our human friends in the group were carrying, this was detected by some other creatures that were further to the north, at which point we paused to roll initiative. So that is the quick recap of what occurred last session. I know that was 2 weeks ago now, since we had a week off. Anything I missed there that anybody would like to add?
I would like to add, just in general, we learned that it's at the top of the mountain or whatever. So that's our destination, is go up. So to get to where the oil is.
Yes, indeed. That seems to be the source of the oil. You can go ahead and take inspiration there, Grim.
All right, I'll give it to Barnaby.
All right. Anybody else have anything they'd like to add?
I just want to add, I don't think you mentioned this, I could have missed it, but that Artem did a religion check and determined that, or Arcana check, and determined that the angels were sort of like enslaved or chained by some other entity, and a knock spell could possibly remove the chains from them, but it was not successful.
Yes, indeed. Yep, you made this determination, and I believe you guys produced a scroll from the bag of holding to attempt this. And based on the successful knowledge check, you're able to determine that if this had worked, it may have restored this chained angel to its regular form. But unfortunately, it did not, based on just the luck of the die. But yeah, good addition. Go ahead and take inspiration there, Artem. All right, if we have nothing else to add, we'll go ahead and get you guys over to where we left off. All right, so this is where we left off. As a quick reminder, you guys came from the south here. You were making your way from this tunnel, made your way up here, started speaking to the mushroom humanoid, at which point the light sources seem to be detected further down the hallway, and this is where we're going to go ahead and roll initiative and see how things play out. Alrighty, that is initiative. If you have some feat or ability that lets you alter that, please take care of that now.
I will offer to switch with Grim.
I'll take it. Thank you.
All right, and with that set, let me go ahead and add in some other participants. Okay, we find ourselves at the top of the initiative here with Laud starting. Make sure token lock is off, and let me go ahead and turn some different music on here. So this light, probably the best way to think of this is that Grim, with his enhanced dark vision, as he can see further down the hall, he probably has spotted these individuals and gives some kind of a notice to say like something's coming this way, and this is where initiative starts, and we'll pick up with Laud.
All right, let's see. Laud's gonna move right there, and he'll cast Blade Ward on himself.
All right. Okay, next up is Barnaby.
Oh. What do you mean, Grim? Are there trouble up ahead?
Great Barnaby voice.
20 to there. What can you describe this room a little better so I don't step in something stupid? Or rewind it?
Yeah, so what you're seeing around this is, again, you're inside of a large stalagmite, so think of this as very rocky terrain. The ground is rock, the walls are rock, the ceiling is rock. Everything you're seeing there as far as the tan colored shapes, those are mushrooms of various sizes. They seem to take up a lot of the room, and then of course there's many smaller mushrooms that are growing in kind of like fields on the ground in this room.
Okay. That's 20 to there. I don't know what I'm concentrating on, but I have
Detect magic. I remember he posted that up in chat.
Okay. Do I see anything? I'm gonna move here to 30 feet. Do I detect anything?
Other than what your companions have brought with you, no.
Okay. Dodge.
All right, next up is this mushroom humanoid. You notice he looks to the north, having heard the sound of movement, looks back towards you guys, and he's going to kind of move up against this wall here and seemingly press his back against the wall. Glory.
I'm going to move up and dodge and extend rage.
All right, from down the hallway, the sounds of incantations spring forth, and Grim, you notice 3 of these sickly greenish orbs flashing from the north, striking into you, and you will take 12 points of force damage. All right, Artem's
magic
up next.
missile. Okay. Artem is going to move up here. And I will continue moving in to here. One more here. And then I'm going to cast Blade Ward on myself.
All right.
And actually, since I saw him get struck, I will, as my bonus action, do Blade Song. Actually, no. You know what? I'm going to save it because I only have one left. So I'm going to save Blade Song, and I'm just going to end my turn.
All right, next up is Caliban.
Yeah, I'm just going to move up to the front. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Strange little guys. Okay. Yeah, from here he'll just that's my full movement. Yeah, and I'm not gonna dash. I'm just gonna front line. I will. Oh, I hate to follow suit at him, but it's too good to resist. I am also gonna cast Blade Ward.
All right.
End my turn. Get that added on.
Okay, movement from down the hallway occurs, and this creature is going to position itself here, and then Grim will be the only one that can see this. It is going to hold its two hands forward, and from its hands, these shards break free and flash forward towards Caliban. Caliban, since you cannot see this attacker, these will be at advantage. 24.
And since he did Blade Ward, though, it's a
Blade Ward.
1d4 minus from this.
So I'm showing that your AC is 20 right now, so even if you rolled a 4, it would still hit. Is that right?
Oh, I guess I did not have my shield equipped and try to remember last session, but it could be that. I'll go with that.
All right, so the Blade Ward sets you to 23. The 24, unfortunately, will still hit. So that is going to be a total of 18 points of damage, 8 piercing, 10 necrotic. The second shard also attacks, critically hitting you here, Caliban. All right.
Starting off like that, huh, Adam?
Yeah, that's how it's going. Primary damage here is necrotic, so here comes a necrotic crit. All right, twice as many damage as normal. The creature cannot regain hit points until the end of its next turn. Okay, so that's going to be 29 points of damage and no ability to heal yourself until the end of your next turn. Okay, up next is Grim.
I have a question for the Barnaby player. Does his aura give resistance to necrotic as well? I know it's radiant, but
I have to read a sheet.
I believe it
have
does, but Caliban already has resistance anyway, and they don't stack.
okay.
Okay. They're firing straight north. We need to get closer. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Don't worry, little man. I think I can get there.
And then I'm going to...
So just a quick note here, Grim, because I'm looking at the recording screen and for some reason it's not showing the doors, but there are 2 doors here, just so you're aware. I don't know if you see those on your screen or not.
I do.
Okay,
And
I'm not
there's
sure
one
why
here.
the
All right.
recorder screen's not seeing it, but as long as you see it, good.
Those lamps are like continuous flames or something.
They are yes, they're sort of floating skulls there. So they look like this. They're kind of floating there. You have spotted these previously when you were talking to the Mushroom Man. They didn't do anything. They're just kind of hovering there, but they are giving off some light.
Little disconcerting. Okay. I want to... I'm going to use Adrenaline Rush. I have 2 left for bonus action dash. 5, 10, 15, to the 15, 20 to there. Standing in the fatal funnel, doing my job as a 23 armor class. And I'm going to take the dodge action.
All right, as you do so, you will notice this individual steps forward. As you see him, you can notice that he is humanoid in shape and origin, but there's clearly an undead pallor to his skin. As he steps forth, you see this red light in his eyes seems to flicker for a moment as he holds his hand out towards you. And as that occurs, you see the shape of shadowy jaws suddenly superimpose over you, and they attack you, trying to bite you. I'll need a Constitution saving throw. All right, you've succeeded on the save, so you'll suffer half damage. That is going to be 7 points of necrotic damage. And the other one is going to move up and do the same. Another con save there, Grim. That will also succeed, so that will be 14 points of necrotic damage as those jaws snap shut on you. All right, move down to Archgale's turn.
All right, I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, I can't see Grim, so that sucks for him. I'm going to cast Beacon of Hope. And I'm going to put that on all of my allies that I can see. So pretty much everyone except Grim, because I cannot see him. And that is my action. I don't see anything. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to move up one more for my full movement. And end my turn.
All right, go ahead and hit your end turn button, and that will take us back to the top of the next round with Laud.
It is not letting me end turn, even with token selected.
All right, no worries. I'll skip that for you. All right, we're on Laud's turn.
He's going to move up there and, I guess, Blade Ward again.
Okay. All right.
ST's running it, Rob.
Is the end turn not working for you either there, Rob?
No, it's not working for me.
Interesting. Okay, try refreshing, you guys, when you get a second. I'm just curious if that's the cause. I'm not seeing any issues in the sandbox that would be causing a problem. So it might have just been a blip. But yeah, we'll go ahead and move to Barnaby's turn here.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to there. He does Eldritch Blast.
Oh, if that was a question, I missed it there.
I've never seen a sheet. Oh no, hold up. Let me try to find his Eldritch Blast somewhere. Oh, I'm looking at Grim's sheet.
Yeah, that we won't find it there.
No, it won't. I'm like, it's got to be on the combat. Okay, here we go. Eldritch Blast. I don't know how many I get, but here's the first one.
Yep, it
Oh, I
posts
get
them
3.
automatically. Is it safe to assume your target was Grim because he's the closest one?
Yeah, no, directly to my north.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right, so that first one is going to miss, but the second two will connect. Go ahead and post damage. All right, both of those rays strike into the creature, wounding him. You see he kind of stumbles a bit from those strikes.
He will move there. I think that's 30, and that's his action. I don't know what he does as his bonus action, but I'll look study it now.
All right, I'll go ahead and hit that end turn button and then give yourself a refresh. We'll see if that works. This guy's not going to do much. We're going to move to Glory's turn.
All right, moving up. I'm going to dodge and extend rage. Still doesn't seem to be working.
Ah, bummer. Okay, let me try restarting the sandbox just to see if there's some issue there that I'm not seeing. But I'll go ahead and pass your turn for now. Alrighty, this guy's turn. He's going to make his way over to here. And then he is going to cast a spell. And he is going to point at you, Grim. And I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I'm back up. Now, let me burn my Bardic Inspiration die. That's that green dot. That's what that means on my sheet. So I think, what is it, an 8?
That sounds right. It might be 10 at this point. I don't even know. Either way, that'll be a failure.
Okay, I'll burn my Heroic Inspiration.
Okay. Okay, that is a success. So you feel the spell settles on you. You start to be unable to move, but you fight through it. Okay, next up is Artem.
Okay, sorry, I'm still working on my mic, but Artem is going to rush to here and take the dodge action.
Alrighty, and it sounds like that is just not working for folks. So once it's pretty clear you've ended your turn, I'll just manually move us ahead. Caliban.
Caliban's going to try to get up there and give Grim a hand. So I wasn't super keen on getting hit there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh man, these guys are out here a ways. I'd like to cast here Flaming Sphere, which will break my Blade Ward, I know.
All right, and where did you want that to appear?
You see my ping there?
I can. Yeah, gray on gray is a little bit rough, but I got it right there.
Perfect. Do I roll anything for that for the first? Unoccupied space on the ground. Any creature that ends its turn 5 feet. So it has to end its turn. Okay. And then, so as a bonus action, can I then use my bonus action to move it on the same turn? Probably not.
You can, yep.
I can? All right. Well, let's do that then. I will bonus action, and I'm going to roll it into the guy on the west of me here.
All right, you try to slam the sphere against him. Here comes a dex save. Looks like he succeeds on that.
So it takes half, I think.
Yes, that looks correct.
I don't know if I've set up my sheet for the damage on that.
It should be automatically working for you if you just click the spell button instead of like the post it to chat deal.
Okay.
Let me just take a look at your sheet real quick and see if I see it.
Yep. There we go.
Yep, and then you'll see that damage button in chat there right under Flaming Sphere in the title.
Yep.
All right, so you slam it against him. He is able to avoid it for the most part, taking half of that damage.
Let's see if my end of turn button works. It does not.
All right, I've manually moved that. Okie doke. This guy is going to go ahead and move forward, pulling himself along the walls, getting to here, and he's going to go ahead and attack you, Caliban. So you notice as he gets closer, he has these long, it's like skeletal clawed hands, and he reaches out and swipes at you. 24 is going to connect. And that is going to deal 15 points of damage. He will follow that with another attack.
I'd like to use my reaction for Guardian. Where's yeah, Guardian.
Okay, yeah, you can make an attack. $21. Yeah, that's going to be good enough.
And he will be halted right there.
Okay, yep. He is staying right there. Okay, we move to Grim.
Okay. Let's see. What was I gonna do? I was gonna move here. Take the flank and take a swing with a fiery shamshir.
12. 14 with flank is going to miss.
All right. Second attack.
17 will connect.
Okay. Good. Savage attacker.
All right, the Shamshir slices down the creature's back, clattering against those bones.
And I'm gonna shield bash him.
All right, you slam your shield into him, trying to knock him off base. 17, I think that's good enough. That's good.
Yep, that matches. Yep.
All right, he maintains his footing.
Okay, so third attack is gonna be here.
15 will miss.
Wow. I touched Barnaby's sheet. That's what the issue is.
You've been infected by his rolls.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I will. Let's see. Five. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and get hit.
All right, so after your turn, we'll move to this guy. He's going to make his way down, putting you into the flank now, Grim. You notice as he approaches, he brandishes this mace, and he is going to attack. First, he reaches forward trying to bite you. Not able to get through your defenses. He'll then swing out with the mace. And same deal. You're able to defend against that. That will end his turn as we move to the next guy. All right. He is going to point his hand out at Caliban. And Caliban, I will need a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
Yes, that will be a success. So you will take half damage. So that is going to be 9 points of necrotic damage. And whoop, right before he ends his turn, he's going to go ahead and slide over here.
Sorry, Adam, do I have that again? I do, right?
You do, yep.
Down to 5?
4. You always round down.
4.
All right, next up is Archgale.
Okay, I'm gonna move 5, 10. Perfect. And then let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Nope, not enough. I will bonus action healing word at the 4th level on Caliban. So that will be 2d4. What is that? 4, 6, 8 d4. 8 times 4 is 32. Yep. Okay. Plus 5, which is 37. Plus the bonus. What is that? 6. Because it's a 4th level plus 2. So that'll be 43 points back.
To who?
Caliban.
Okay.
Something weird just happened. A sheet, I think.
And I'll get the one I am missing back. Don't know. Oh, okay. That was weird. I healed myself and it rolled a con save there.
Yeah, I think that's how the script works. Is anytime the HP changes, it like assumes you took damage.
And then that's a bonus action. I will use my action to cast Sacred Flame on this guy that everyone's attacking. Between Caliban there and...
He evades your Sacred Flame.
Oh my goodness. So, well, that's all I got. I will end my turn.
All right, we'll move to the top of the next round. Back to Laud.
He'll move up to here, and on this one, he'll True Strike.
All right, tries to take a shot past Caliban, and that will miss.
And he will inspire Grim.
Ooh,
Okay, burns a Bardic Inspiration for Grim.
thank you.
And end his turn.
Okay, next up is Barnaby.
Okay, Bunny's gonna bring his aura into the fight. He's gonna move up there to 15. He's gonna strike out at the creature with his Moon Touch GS Great Sword to the creature to his right.
I don't think he uses a greatsword. I think it was some kind of rapier or something, but I know he can choose the type of damage he wants to use. He has used Radiant and he has used Psychic before, so if you hit, what type of damage do you want to inflict?
Radiant.
All right, feel free to make those attacks. 24, yes, that will hit. All right, you strike into the creature, wounding it.
And I'll vex him. Does he get 2 attacks?
He does, yeah.
Not 3 though, right?
No, he's a paladin, not a warrior or fighter. I should say.
Okay.
Fighter.
Second attack.
24 will hit with Vex. Okay, you strike into him twice, lighting him up with that radiant energy. You can see the creature is starting to get a bit wounded.
Actually, we can't. Is that a new design, Adam? I don't see the damage.
Oh, no, that's just a misclick on my part. Oh, okay, looks like none of these guys have that turned on. Interesting. That's usually on by default. Let me just go ahead and toggle that real quick.
It happened a couple times last session too. It might be a bug.
Possibly, yeah. If you ever see that, feel free to just message me or let me know, because on my screen I always see him, so it's hard to know like what you guys see. All right, anything else for Barnaby's turn?
Yeah, I wanted that second attack's a Vex. That's what I had in the back of my mind.
Yep, and that gave critical, so that already was applied on the second attack.
Oh, okay. Then end my turn. And it doesn't work.
Yep, no worries. All right, this guy's not doing much as we move to Glory's turn.
All right, I'm going to attack this guy recklessly.
Okay. $21 will hit. Okay, the halberd slashes into him, wounding him once again. $19 will also hit. All right, scoring another strike into his shoulder area.
And pulse strike.
That one will miss.
And end his turn.
All right, at the end of his turn, move to the next guy's turn. All right, he is going to move over to here, and he is going to send 3 globs of energy towards Grim. Grim, you'll get struck for 8 points of force damage. All right, move to the top of the next round with Laud.
Wait, hold on one
Right.
second. That just messed up.
Yeah, you skipped everybody.
Oh,
Yep,
actually,
something weird there.
yeah, okay, my bad. I didn't skip them. It looks like the scripts are having issues tonight. Let me get back
Oh,
to
yeah,
where we
the
left.
script.
It
Let's see.
was me after that
Artem.
guy.
We're on Artem's turn. Okay, thanks. Let me go ahead and scoot us down there. All right, there we are.
Okay, Artem is gonna go here. Get to there. And from there, he is going to True Strike out at the top, the northern one.
Okay. That is going to miss.
Oh,
20
sorry.
will-
Yeah, that's going to be on the second attack will be on him. Yeah.
on the same target?
Yep. Same
Okay.
target.
Yep, 20 will hit.
So that's not a true strike. That's just normal.
All right, the staff slams into the creature, wounding it.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, next up is Caliban.
And Caliban's going to start with a True Strike to the guy to the north of him.
All right.
Clicked on it and...
Yeah, a lot of my sheets just crashed. You might need to refresh. Seems like roll 27 early. Oh, there you go. Take that one.
Okay.
Nice,
Hey!
nice.
It was worth the wait.
All right, that definitely be a crit. This is a true strike, so that's going to be a radiant crit. So go ahead and post that.
And my sheet just crashed. Got it in the nick of...
All right, so go ahead and post your crit damage, and then it is frightened until the end of its next turn. Unfortunately, it is immune to frightened, so that effect will not take place.
And the crit damage is not rolling from there. I have to open the sheet again. Sorry, one sec.
Was that after a refresh even? It still won't work?
Not a refresh. I'll have to do a refresh, I guess. Yeah, on the whole main page. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just the link in the chat.
Yeah, usually whenever the sheets die, like you can't click anything in the chat until you refresh. It's just like a thing.
Got it. Uh-oh. Roll 20 is just taking a real long time to refresh.
Yeah, seems like they're having a lot of issues today.
I think that's just the D8. Did it do both?
That's just the
I
D8.
hope not.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
like maybe you just pushed regular. So go ahead and hit the damage one more time, and we'll add another D8 to that.
Yeah, and then and there's the D6 each time as well, right? So that's the D6 and the second D8. I didn't really have a crit option, so the second D6. So correct.
Well, hang on. Let me double check that real quick. All right, so True Strike, I know it does like your sword damage, and then it adds some additional radiant. So
Yeah,
let's
so the
just make
sword
sure
is
we
the
got
one is the 1d8 plus 3, and then the radiant's the d6.
that. So at your level, you guys are 11 right now, right?
Yeah.
So it should be 2d6 for the radiant portion. So you rolled, let's see, what'd you roll so far? You rolled a D8, I got that one. And then
I
you
got
rolled...
2d8s and 2d6s, so I'm short 2d6s.
Okay, so you don't get the bonus on the second one. So I'm going to take that 3 off. So let's see, we got 6, 11, plus 5 is 16, plus a 3 is 19. And then, yeah, throw me 2d6 more. We'll add that to 19. All right, so that's going to be 23 points of damage, and... Oh, that was only 1d6. Okay, that is going to do enough to destroy the creature.
It's a long walk. Sorry, everybody. Okay. I will...
Very nice.
Bonus action, roll the flaming sphere. Do I have control? I do. Sweet. And I'm going to roll it directly to the guy to the west there.
Yeah, he's unable to avoid it. It slams into him. Go ahead and post that damage.
Sorry, Adam. I don't really want to cast it again, though. Oh, I guess I can cast it.
I think it was
not
just
use the spell slot, right?
2d6, right? So you can just do slash
Yeah, this
roll
is
space
sweet.
2d6.
Okay. Yeah, no modifiers? Okay.
Yep, yeah, it's just flat.
Another 7. Oh, he gets a deck save. Oh, he failed
Yep,
it.
he already failed it. Yep, so I've applied that damage as sphere slams into him.
And my turn still doesn't work after refresh. Sorry. Thank you.
No, yeah, I think that one's just seemingly permanently broken. But yeah, Grim, we're on to your turn.
Okay. Turn and face the guy to my north. First swing.
He raises his shield and deflects your attack.
Come on, Barnaby. Leave me alone. Second attack.
There you go.
Ah, that worked.
All right, twice many. So just go ahead and hit your crit damage button there. Okay, so you slash into him with the Shamshir, wounding him as that slice catches him across the chest.
Okay, I need I'm gonna bash him to the ground.
That is successful as you slam him to the ground.
All right, and this is with advantage from my third attack.
Yep, 21 will hit. All right, you slash down, catching him in the arm.
Yep, and I would like to sap him.
Okay.
And then bonus action, I'm going to do it. I'll do second wind, and then end my turn.
All right, you end your turn. On his turn, he's going to stand up, and then he is going to activate ability as a bonus action called Inescapable Hunger. Any necrotic damage that he deals now ignores resistance to necrotic damage. And then he's going to point his hand at Artem, and the spectral jaws slam shut. And Artem, I'll need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Is this a spell?
It is not a spell. Okay, that will be a failure. So as you fail, the jaws slam shut on you, and you are going to take 21 points of necrotic damage. At which point he is then going to slide to there and end his turn. The sap will fall off of him. We move to this one's turn. He is also going to activate his ability that ignores necrotic resistance, and he is going to use his ability on Grim. Grim, con save. All right, you will succeed, Grim, so that is going to be 6 points of necrotic damage dealt to you. Okay, next up is Archgale.
Okay, let's see, 13. Ooh. I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'm going to, what is it called? Healing Word at the first level on Artem. So that will be 13. That will be 16 points back to him. And then my action will be Sacred Flame on the guy that's attacking, that attacked him.
Yes, those sacred energies will strike into him. Okay, those radiant flames strike into the creature from the top of his head, wounding him. Anything else, Archgale?
Nope, and my turn.
Okay, top of the next round, we've got Laud.
Okay, let's see. Move here and Vicious Mockery on this guy.
Okay, Vicious Mockery on this guy here. That's a Wisdom save. He is going to succeed on that and suffer no damage.
That'll end his turn.
Okay, Barnaby.
Okay, he's going to move up to here. 5, 10, 15, and grab the flank. And he's going to swing out with his Moon Steel Rapier and the flank.
Yeah, 21 will hit. Stabbing into
Radiant.
his back, wounding him.
Alright, second attack. Second attack.
That will also connect. Wounding him enough that he drops to the ground.
Okay. And then he's going to, he still has movement, 5, 10, 15. There's another guy up here. 5, 10, 15, 20. Get a battle. Well, actually, there's 2. And he's going to stay there.
All right, and we'll move on to Glory's turn.
All right. "40 feet here, and I'm going to attack the guy in front of me.
That will miss. Second attack manages to connect. All right, Halberd slashes down, wounding him. $15 will connect on the pole strike. All right, you bash into him, wounding him once again.
And end his turn.
All right, we move to that opponent's turn next. And he is going to quickly cast a spell, becoming invisible. And then he's going to move. And you will hear the sound of the Derricule language being shouted as that creature rushes away. Next up is Artem.
Wad should be able to understand that, I think, right?
He's pretty far away, though, and based on the angle, I don't think he would pick up those words.
Okay. I'm going to move to here, and I'm going to do you know what? I'm just going to do the dodge action.
All right, dodge action.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, next up is Caliban.
All right, Caliban's going to try to get up and help a bit. So 5, 10, 15. $30 to there. I'll do the dodge action as well. And then I'm going to bonus action roll the sphere into the guy that's to my west.
Yeah, that will manage to slam into him. The sphere scorches him.
I don't do a lot of damage, but I hit him every time, so we're just slowly.
Battle of
slowly go
attrition, right?
Exactly.
Anything else on your turn there, Caliban?
No, I have my turn. Thank you.
All right, we'll move over to Grim.
Okay. Quick reminder: I do have blind sight for 10 feet as I move. So
All right.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, am I supposed to see him, Adam?
He didn't take the hide action, so he's invisible, but maybe you see like the disruption of the dust, that kind of stuff as he's moving. So you have an idea of where he is, but by game rules, you can't see him.
Okay. There's more baddies down here, guys. And I think that's 30 right here in the fatal funnel, so that's fun. I'm going to action dash. 5, 10. Now, if I end my turn next to 5 feet, it says any creature on the sphere?
Yep.
That includes me.
Yep.
Okay.
The sphere does
See
not
how smart-
discriminate against allies or enemies.
Is it a 5-foot radius?
I don't know if Grim would remember that or not. Where does he want to end his turn?
goodness. Where is my Google sheet?
Well, just think of what would Grim know. I don't know if Flaming Sphere has been used much in this campaign, right? Like, obviously you could look it up, but I don't know that Grim would know.
It's too hot. This seems better over here.
All right, fair enough. Okay, if you end your turn, he is going to disengage. Open this door. And move through.
They're running to the south.
Okay, Archkill.
They're running. Okay. Move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Everything looks good. So I don't see anybody. I'm gonna take the dodge action, but really quickly, I don't know if this has been applied. Did Artem apply the healing I gave to him last round?
No, sorry, I missed it. How much was it?
16.
Thank you.
And dodge action, and that's all I really want to do, so I'm going to end my turn.
All right, as we move to the top of the next round, some additional individuals are pulled into the fray. But our Laud is still first. Laud.
All right, I guess Laud will continue with the group. He will dodge up to there and end his turn.
All right, dash up to there. Gotcha. Okay, Barnaby.
Oh, yeah, dash.
Grim said he's going to the south. 5, 10, 15, 20, There's like an altar and all kinds of stuff down here. Do I see this creature?
If you see it on your map, you have that one has the invisibility icon on it. It means, again, maybe you see like disruption in the air, that kind of thing. So mechanically, no, but you have a rough idea where it's at.
Okay. Gotta get out of the funnel. Dodge action.
All right, dodge action, and we'll move to Glory.
I'm going to dodge and extend rage in my turn here.
All right. Okay, Artem's turn.
Okay, Artem. Go here.
All right, Artem, as you step to there in line of sight, suddenly these 3 globes of magic flash out, striking into you. Taking 7 points of force damage.
Okay. And that doesn't count as a spell attack, right? Because they don't have to roll to attack.
Correct.
And that came from an invisible person? Or I can see where it came from?
You didn't see it at first. If you look south, you might be able to see them now based on your vision. Hard to say.
Yeah, I do see. So they're visible now because of the casting this spell?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, I'll cast a first level spell at them then. And I'm going to do Spellfire Flare.
Okay. $14 is going to miss.
Okay, I'm going to burn my inspiration then. Try to hit. So I'll just roll it again this way and then give myself the spell slot back.
Okay. Fortunately, that's still going to miss.
Okay, it's meant to be. So the flare goes off in the distance and does not connect, and that is the end of my turn.
Alrighty, so see, Artem, you're probably the only one that can see much of this. So you notice this movement from down below as this creature makes its way up. As it does so, you see it is dressed in red and white robes with a stitched leather apron on its lower half of its body. And it seems to be wearing this interesting hooded mask as well.
We've got the fancy one down here.
All right, Caliban, you are up next.
I'll move 15 to there. I'll move 30
I'm going
to
to
there,
scoot you
Adam.
1 back, Caliban, simply because you can't move through the wall doing this guy like this, so you had to do that.
Okay, go around the corner. Got it. That's cool. I will take the dodge action.
Okay.
And then bonus action, I'm going to move the flip. I've lost sight of it, though. I'm just going to move it back to the opening I don't want to scorch Artem, but if I...
Well, let's do a quick double check.
Oh,
How
thinking
this...
because I lost sight of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure you're going to be able to control it if you can't see it, but I'm going to see if the spell says anything that gives me some clarity here.
That's fair. It can stay where it's at then if I can't see it.
Yeah, it doesn't specify, but I'm going to say you have to be able to see where you're going. Otherwise, it feels like it's a magical remote control, you know?
Yeah. No, that's fair, for sure.
All right,
So I'll just
anything
leave
else on your turn there? I heard you say dodge, but anything else?
Nope, that's it. I will end my turn there.
All right, we'll move to Grim next.
I'm going in through these doors.
5, 10,
15.
hi beastie. So attack that creature.
All right. Yeah, 22 will hit. All right, your Shamshir slices down, wounding the creature.
Okay, shield bash.
Yes, you knock him off his gate.
Okay, second attack.
Yep, that'll hit.
Oof.
Wounding him a second time.
Okay, third attack.
And that's definitely going to do it. He had 4 HP left. He is slain.
Okay. That was 20, 25, 30. I think that's a 50-50 square, Adam. Just saying. Okay, and then I'm going to end my turn.
All right, you end your turn there. We move next to this guy. Okay, then Archgill.
I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, it looks like I see a ghoul of some kind down there. I think I've seen one of those before. I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on him.
Okay, I see the one that you must be indicating.
Yeah, it's south of Caliban.
Yep. All right, so you cast Sacred Flame on him. And he evades the flames.
All right. Not much else I need to do for bonus actions, so I end my turn.
All right, we move to this one's turn. She is going to turn and cast a spell, and from behind her in this area that is darkly illuminated, this dark light seems to lift, and these 3 balls of light fly right towards you, Grim, and start spinning around you. I need a charisma saving throw.
All right, that's a 50-50 square, I think, Adam.
Remember, auras don't go through walls, so you cannot get the effect of the aura.
Yeah, I knew that. Ooh, I'll take that, though.
Okay, you will fail this saving throw.
Okay, let me roll my Bardic Inspiration. That's my green dot.
Okay.
And it's an 8, are we sure?
I have to
One
double check.
is D10 now, I think. I think he's a D10.
I think it is a D10. Let me see.
All right, so with a 22, you notice these these black balls of energy floating around you. You feel yourself being separated, like pulled away, but somehow through force of will, you manage to avoid that happening. Next up is Laud.
Thanks, Laud!
All right, let's see. "30 feet and true strike on this guy."
All right. That is going to miss.
Oh, wow, okay. End this turn.
All right, we move to Barnaby.
Right, you're no longer dodging. I didn't realize I'm supposed to be blade warding, right? Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. He's going to move there, and he's going to blade ward. I should be blade warding. Yeah, that's my fault. So what does that do here?
That's your action, and then that is concentration. And that gives you that D4 reduction if someone attacks you. Anything
Okay,
else for Barnaby's turn?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, we move to Glory.
Sorry. I read it.
Let's see. I'll go this way. Well, 35 feet to get there and attack that one.
Okay. Please roll a second time. Yes, you do manage to connect against the creature.
All right.
All right, the halberd slashes through his fine decorative clothing, wounding him.
Second attack.
Roll a second time as well. Yeah, this will manage to connect as well. All right, and that slash goes through the creature and he drops.
Bonus action, Warrior of the Gods, and in my turn.
All right, next up is this guy. And he is going to cast a spell at Glory. Glory, I'll need a wisdom saving throw.
Does he still have advantage from the what Archgale cast? The Beacon of Hope?
That provides advantage to wisdom saving throws?
I thought it did.
Thought
Mine
it was
also
death
gives.
saving throws.
Mine gives wisdom as well.
Can you post whatever ability you're talking about just so we can
Yep.
double check it?
Yeah, Beacon of Hope does that.
Okay, so roll a second time then, Glory. Okay, so 18 will be a success. You are not affected as we move to Artem.
Okay. Going here. Fortunately, I can only get to there. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna cast Shatter. Nah. Sorry, I'm gonna cast Shatter. Yeah.
All right, where are you targeting that?
I'm gonna do it on the guy by the altar, but I sort of want to only get him, not the altar in it.
Okay.
So, or down there. So, I know I can only get one person in it, but that's what I'm gonna do on that guy.
All right, you cast the Shatter spell. She is going to succeed on that saving throw, so it's going to be half damage. Go ahead and post your damage.
Sorry, I'm having lag on this.
All right, so that'll be 7 points of thunder damage to her.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
All righty, we move to Caliban.
Okay, I'm gonna shift over here. $25 to there. Then I'll bonus action to bring my sphere in now that I can see it again.
All right, feel free to move it up to the limit you can based on the spell.
There we go. And I will again take. I'm gonna take the dodge action. And my turn.
Okay, Grim.
Ah, there's fiery things in the way. 5, 10, 15, 20 to there. I left the aura. Very happy about that. And I'm going to try to attack this weird thing.
Okay. 13 is going to miss.
Yeah, I bet. Okay. Second attack.
11 is going to miss. 18 will connect.
Okay. Let's figure this out. Okay. So.
All right, the fiery Shamshir slashes into him, wounding him.
Okay, so two things can happen. Shield bash, because why? Actually, no, I'm not going to shield bash him. I want to push him 10 feet. Use the push ability.
That's still a shield bash, right?
Oh, no. Yeah, okay. Shield bash. I'm sorry, you're right. He's prone.
Well,
And
no, when you
then-
shield bash, I'm pretty sure you get the option of knocking them prone or pushing them away. You want to do the push option?
Yeah, let's do the push option.
All right, let me just double check. Are you sure it's 10 feet? That could be. I don't think you've actually used this once yet in the campaign, have you?
Yeah, why do that? Let's, yeah.
5 feet from you, it says. So you can push them 5 feet.
They look like they were in formation for some reason, so I didn't like that when you set them up like chess pieces. And then I'm going to close the gap because I have extra movement. That's all my attacks. I will, looks like I should probably second wind because I'm going to fail a charisma saving throw at some point. I'll second wind and then end my turn.
All right, you second one, end your turn. Move to this guy's turn. He is going to slash out at you with his claw here, Grim. That claw slashes across your armor. Does not connect as we move to Archgale.
All right. Move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna cast a firebolt on the guy directly to my south.
Okay. Yes, 15 will connect. Okay, the firebolt smashes into him, wounding him.
Okay, everyone's looking pretty good. It's my full movement. I don't think I've got a bonus action I want to do, so I'm going to end my turn.
All right, you end your turn, and we move to her turn. And she is going to once again cast a spell as she pulls this darkness from the pit behind her, and she's going to point at Artem. Artem, I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw. Okay, that is going to be a failure. And as you fail on this spell, you feel your life force sapped dramatically. You're going to take 50 points of necrotic damage.
As this is happening, the Mythal Touch feature is going to go off.
Okay, yeah, I believe that's a random roll. Well, I think it applies and then Mythal occurs, right? Like the Mythal can't do anything to affect the spell, right?
It could cancel the spell, possibly.
Oh, okay. I don't think I saw that on the chart. Let's see what you got. And I don't remember. Did we build this as a table for you?
I don't think so.
Are these saved on your character sheet? I can't even recall where this comes from.
Yeah, it's on the character sheet. I'll let you know for this one that me and the triggering spells caster form a telepathic link for 1 hour.
Okay.
So as I'm blasted for 50 points, you said 50?
50, yes.
Of what kind?
Necrotic.
And am I in Barnaby's aura?
You are not.
Okay.
All right.
So I telepathically say, ouch, really
Yep.
loudly in that person's head.
And she responds with a cackling, yeah, yeah, as we move to Laud's turn.
All right, he's going to move down. And he's going to true strike this guy.
Okay. $11 will miss.
End his turn.
Okay, next up is Barnaby.
We gotta get that spellcaster by the altar. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Swing away. 30 to there.
She just, as in case you guys have noticed her token tweaking, she's essentially effectively between those two spaces, and every time I click her, it moves her. So I think just to make it easier, I'm going to put her here so she's in a solid square.
Okay.
All right, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
30
How
to
much
there.
movement was that? 30, you said? 30,
Yeah, it was 30.
Okay.
And here comes a blast.
And the target is the priestess by the altar?
Yes.
Okay. All right, the first one will miss. The second two will manage to connect. All right, that will strike into her, wounding her.
And my turn.
Okay, next up is Glory.
I'm going to move down to here and strike out at this guy.
Okay.
Recklessly.
Okay. All right, you swing out and you connect. Go ahead and post damage. All right, that will actually dispatch the creature. The moment you slash into it, you notice from behind this dark blackness in this pit. You see it was very hard to see before, Glory, but you see this silhouette of an absolutely massive creature. You can just barely make it out from where you're at. And in reaction to you striking out, it is going to attack you. And as it does, you see it reaches forth this huge worm-like body, which is absolutely gargantuan, It is going to attack you at advantage since you reckless attacked. This is going to be a critical hit.
Adamantium breastplate.
Okay, so this will be a normal hit then. You will take... of course, roll 20 crashed once again. And do a quick refresh. All right, so what's going to happen here is this massive body comes down, it bites into you, squeezing you, and it swallows you whole, pulling you inside of its body. All right, refreshing. All right, so it's going to be 21 points of piercing damage. You are swallowed, pulled inside of its body. While inside of its body, you are considered blinded and restrained. You can feel yourself being pulled down and like kind of slapped in, not necessarily taking damage, but it's hard to see anything at all, even with dark vision, as you're kind of blinking, looking around. You're slamming inside the creature's body. You hear the sound of this slashing liquid, or sloshing liquid, I should say, as it's sloshing all around in the creature's stomach. It is still your turn, Glory. That was a reaction. Anything else you'd like to do?
Bonus action. Zealous Presence. And then am I able to try to escape?
So your Zealous Presence has no effect. So you try to unleash this energy, and essentially it goes nowhere outside of the creature. It's contained within inside of the creature. When you say try
Does
to
it
escape,
still affect me?
yes, you're inside, so it will affect you. When
okay.
you say try to escape, give me an idea of what you're trying to do.
Crawl out of its mouth.
You have a really hard time like moving it all. It's so sticky and like it's like kind of like adhesive in a sense. So even as you're trying to move and trying to manage your halberd, it's all totally like squished in here. You are unable to make any progress trying to move out.
Okay. Can I take my second attack?
You can. Yep. You're blinded, restrained, so attack will be at disadvantage.
Or regular?
Yep. With Zealous Presence, that'll be regular.
Or reckless?
That will miss.
End my turn.
All right. We move to Artem. All right. So essentially what you guys just saw there was you didn't see really much of anything. You saw Glory slash out and you saw the creature drop. And then you just see this absolutely massive creature just bam, slam into the ground. It actually radiates pressure. You guys actually like feel it shake the entire stone structure here. Doesn't knock you off your feet, but a lot of pressure. And then when the creature's head moves back, you see Glory is no longer there.
Okay. Artem's going to cast Fireball. I'm going to do it so that it hits the priestess and the worm.
Okay, yep, feel free to post that.
I'm trying real hard to use the sheet.
Yeah, like I say, Roll20 seems to be like chugging, slugging along tonight. I don't know why. It's more problems we've had with it in a long time.
I clicked it.
Yeah, if it's not working after you clicked it, try to refresh. Like, that's usually my first go-to thing. As soon as something stops working, just refresh. Yeah, I don't know why they keep posting that, oh, we're working on these improvements. We swear it's almost going to be better, blah, 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 blah. But it seems like we're always having these issues. All right, excellent. And then if you refreshed, go ahead and click on the damage button, and then it should actually work. And if for some reason not, just do /roll space 8d6.
Did it go through? No. Okay.
All right, so 32 fire damage to both of them. Here comes deck saves. All right, so she is going to fail. And the worm will fail as well. So both of them are scorched.
Go get him, everyone. And
All right.
I'm going to run back here.
Okay, I assume that's the end of your turn. Move to Caliban.
It's okay to cut across there, Adam.
Yep, yeah, you could do that.
I'll take the flank, and I'll tree strike the creature that we have, Grim and I have pinned.
Okay.
Should I roll this at disadvantage? Was I getting the feeling that it was disadvantaged, or?
You should always roll with 2 dice. Sometimes you won't know if someone's dodging or not. So that is going to miss.
Yeah, 14 will miss. Okay. Keep trying with the next 2.
That will miss. All right, third attack does manage to connect.
Whew.
All right, you bring that blade down to the creature's back, wounding him and sapping him.
And then I'm going to move the sphere. 15 to there. Drop it into the pit here. And my turn.
All right, we'll move to Grim.
Okay. Good job, Caliban.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He could swing if you want. Be disadvantage, I think. Okay.
He is going to opportunity attack you. Why would you think it would be disadvantage?
Sap.
Ah, gotcha. Yep, that will reduce the sap, but here it comes. Okay, that will miss.
Okay, I move there, and then I'm going to swing away at the priestess.
Okay. Yeah, that'll certainly hit.
Okay, slashing.
All right, maximum, normal, and roll, and a bleed. Okay, that's a big one. So go ahead and post just regular damage.
Let me try it one more time. No. So 1d8 and 1d4. I'll just do it this way. And that's
Okay.
with a plus 6.
All right, so that's 12 plus 6 is 18, and then your max would be another 12, so that's 30. So 30 points of damage and the bleed effect applied. As a reaction to you striking her, you're going to notice this darkness from behind her is going to reach out and circle around you. I'll need a charisma saving throw.
I'm not good at these.
That will be a failure.
Heroic inspiration.
Okay. That will still be a failure. All right, so as the darkness swirls around you, Grim, you're yanked.
Can I do this thing Indomitable? If I fail a saving throw, you can roll it, use the bonus equal to your fighter level. You must use the new roll. You can't use this feature again until you finish the long rest.
Okay, sure.
All right, so I failed it. I can re-roll with a bonus equal to my fighter level, which is 11.
Okay, here we go.
That's still a failure. So that's going to be a 15, right?
Yeah.
Yep, so that's a failure. So the darkness circles around you, pulls you in, and as you fall through this darkness, you fall for what seems like a long time, though you know it must not be that long. And as you blink, you find yourself in a completely different place. Everywhere around you looks almost like sand, but it's blood red. You can see off in the distance, there seems to be these tombstones very far away. And you see around in the ground, there seems to be like trails as you notice the sand moving, indicating like perhaps large things underneath the sand. What do you do?
Okay.
What do you do?
Is there a tree or anything, or like to get me off the sand? What do I see when I look?
No
There's
trees,
or...
no stones, nothing like that would get you off the sand. But as you are quickly scanning around, you do notice 60 feet away from you seems to be this swirling black circle.
Okay. I moved 5, 10, 15, 20. I moved 30 to there, I think. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. Yes, I'm gonna bonus action dash towards that circle. So that'll give me 30 more feet. I'll burn that use.
Okay, so that means you're 25 feet away from the black circle now. So use your extra 5 plus your 30.
I can't action dash because I attacked.
Right.
So, and I can't fly. I think I'm out of options. I'm just gonna. So, how far away from the thing am I again?
You are 25 feet away from the circle.
Okay. I'm gonna have to end my turn there. I can't do anything else.
All right. As you end your turn in this very strange and foreign land, please roll me a d4. All right, you notice 4 of these sand trails moving through the ground seem to emerge, getting very close to you. They're essentially racing to you as you're trying to get to the black circle. All right, we'll move to this creature's turn. It is going to go ahead and attack Caliban here. Slashes out with a claw, but is going to miss as we move to Archgale's turn.
Okay, I'm going to move back 5, 10. I'm going to say to Artem, why are you running? And at the 4th level, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds, which will be 70 hit points.
Nice. Thank you for pre-calculating that out.
You're welcome. But it doesn't matter because my sheet crashed. Yeah, 7-0.
Anything else on Archgale's turn?
Yes, and I'm going to move back 5, 10. So it's 20, 25, 30. Get a good lay of the land. However, there's not really a bonus action I can do or want to do. So I end my turn.
Alrighty, on her turn, she is going to go ahead and motion with her hand as these 3 massive blasts of necrotic energy flash out towards Archgale. Here comes those attacks. First one is going to hit, dealing 22 points of necrotic damage. Second one is going to hit.
I will shield.
All right, go ahead and burn that slot. That will set your AC to 24. That will absorb that one. And third one. That will miss as well. Okay, she's going to make her way
just heads up. She is bleeding still from...
Yep, yeah. So I think Grim did that bleed. Grim, go ahead and roll a d12. All right, we've applied that. Okay, to the worm's turn. All right, it is going to... Okay, so you are you're jumbled around inside of the creature's stomach here, Glory. You can feel these strange pieces of like tentacle flesh almost are moving around inside the creature's stomach as though attached to the walls of the creature's carapace and reaching out and kind of striking you. So this attack occurs. 18, that is going to connect, I believe.
Yep.
All right, so those tendrils are going to smash into you for 27 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need a Constitution saving throw. All right, you will succeed on that as you feel your life force being pulled away, but you resist it. All right, we move to the top of the next round, and I think we have Laud's player here. Laud.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what's going on. But
Oh, you're
I
totally
see...
up to speed. It's just a giant deadly worm and an evil priestess of darkness, and yeah, you guys are trying to defeat them.
Okay.
And the worm swallowed glory.
Okay. All right. I can see both of these creatures. What I'm going to do is I'm going to upcast at the 6th level, hold monster on both of them.
Hold monster. Okay. Sure. Yeah, go ahead and post that. Okay. The worm will succeed on the saving throw. And I think it's lagging. 18 that's good enough as well. She's going to succeed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will. I see. I'm within 60 feet. I don't know if this is going to work. I will bonus action. To try to say some inspiring words to Glory. Glory, you can get out of there.
And I believe the requirement on there is he has to be able to hear you.
Yes, see or hear.
Okay, that is not going to work. He is not able to hear you.
Okay. And then I will move back a little bit. So 5, 10, say 15, and I'll end my turn over here.
All right. Unfortunately, our end turn button seems to be broken, so I'm just manually doing it. We're moving to Barnaby.
Okay. Barney's gonna try to move closer to get his aura. I think is it 5? I'm trying to figure out the reach of this black cloud, Adam.
It's a good question.
It is, because they're reaching out. So I think I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna EB the priestess.
All right. Okay, all 3 of those will connect.
Okay, damage button isn't working. What is it?
1d10 plus 5 per ray, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, here comes 3d10s.
All right, plus 15, 32 damage to her. Okay, those 3 rays smash into her, wounding her.
And end my turn.
Okay, Glory, inside the creature's belly. As you start your turn inside the creature's belly, the acid, the liquid that's moving around in the belly is going to burn you. And the sheet just crashed, but let me go ahead and pull that back up. All right, so as you're inside the stomach, you're going to take 20 points of acid damage from this liquid. What would you like to do as you're blinded and restrained?
I will strike it recklessly, I guess.
Okay, that will allow you to strike at even. So go ahead and make your attacks. 21 will hit. Okay, you slash around in the darkness, hitting into soft, squishy flesh. That one will miss.
And then I will use my last Warrior of the Gods and end my turn.
Okay. So you struck it. You're thinking, oh, maybe if I hit this creature, it will wound it and vomit me up. But seemingly you have not wounded it enough for that to occur. Artem.
Okay. Artem telepathically will think to the priestess, release my friend, we are here merely to trade. And he will rush up here and try to... I'm gonna try to true strike this guy.
You pretty much get a cackle response and something about being part of a rebel alliance and a traitor, and yeah, she does say that. All right, go ahead and make your attack.
You're part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor.
This lady is very crazy.
$19's good enough. That'll hit. All right, you smash in and wound her.
I do damage as well, right? Sorry.
Yeah, that looks like the True Strike only damage. It looks like it doesn't have the base damage from the Staff of Striking.
Yeah, sorry, that's not built into my thing. I'll just roll the normal damage, right?
I don't know what you're saying. I'm pretty sure it's a +3 staff, right? So whatever that is on your sheet, you should be able to post that damage.
Yeah, so it's +7 to that, whatever it is.
It's got to have a
So
roll to it, though,
13.
right? Is it 1d6 plus 7?
Yeah, but I think the True Strike, one of those d6s I rolled is the d6 from it.
No.
be
When you're a
wrong.
level 11, you get that extra True Strike damage just from the True Strike bonus. So we add those all together, so that 10 damage is going to kill the creature.
Okay. Nice. 1, 2, 3. I will move. Yeah, and that's the end of my turn.
All right, Caliban.
All right, Caliban's gonna cough him up, and he's gonna move 5, 10, 15 to there, 20, and the worm's still on the ground or is it on the ceiling?
The worm is actually in this black abyss. Only part of it is out of it. You don't see the rear end of the worm. You only see part of it. You can only imagine how massive it really is.
I guess more importantly, can I hit it?
From there, you can. Yep, it's kind of swirling in and out, so you can kind of time it as it's moving in. You can strike it.
That's worked for me in the past. Let's see what happens. I'll try true striking it.
That will miss as you swing out and you hit into the creature's body, but you see it so hard, this like carapace of the worm, it just isn't able to penetrate.
Are these at disadvantage? Normal?
17 is what you got, and that's what missed.
Okay, I'll switch it so I... There we go. That's better.
24 is going to hit. All right, you slash and wound the worm.
Sap it with that, and one final whack.
The worm is immune to sap.
That makes sense. Oops.
28, yeah, that'll
Okay.
hit. All right, you slash it a couple of times, drawing some lines of maybe blood. Hard to say what that is coming from between the scales of the creature.
My headset just died, so yeah, one of those kind of nice. Okay, bonus action, move the flaming sphere.
Technical problems all around tonight. It's one of those nights, yeah.
Yeah, technology is not working with this. Oh, I think it reconnected.
All right, you move it up and try to slam it against her. Her sheet crashed for the 3rd time so far tonight. All right, here comes the save. All right, she'll fail that. Take that damage. Okay, she is burned. Anything else, Caliban?
Nope, that's my turn. Thank you.
All right, Grim, in this otherworldly land of wherever in the hell you are, because you rolled that 4, these worms break free from the ground. Not quite nearly as massive as the one that you saw Glory fighting, but similar to the size of the one you guys dispatched not that long ago when you first entered here. All 4 of them attack you. $24, I think, is going to hit.
Yeah.
All right, so the first 2 lunge towards you, miss. The 3rd one does manage to connect. And looks like that is hanging up. So as it bites you, you're going to take some damage. So that's going to be 11 points of piercing damage, and you are grappled and restrained. The 4th one will also attack you. That'll miss. So again, 4 of them on you. One of them did grab you with its mouth and is holding on to you as you see that black swirling portal 25 feet away from you. What would you like to do?
I'd like to get out of it. Go me.
Okay, so you're going to use your action to try to break this grapple. So I'll need a athletics or acrobatics check. All right, yeah, so you, with a surge of strength, break free of the grapple. You find yourself in a circle of worms. What next?
Yeah, exactly. Does my adrenaline rush give me disengage?
I don't believe so.
No, it doesn't. Okay, so my action's gone for that. I'm free though, but I'm gonna run for it. I'm 25 feet away, not disengaging. I'm gonna run for it.
Okay, you get 4 opportunity attacks. That one is going to critically hit you, and you're going to take some piercing damage. All right, maximum. Oh, maximum plus a roll. Okay. So that is going to be, quick calculation. Plus another 12, so 23 points of piercing damage. And then you are grappled and restrained once again. And 2 more attacks go. 22, I think, is not good enough. 23 AC, so that one's going to miss. But unfortunately, you are once again grappled and restrained. You can feel wherever you're at right now, this blood red sand. As you're looking at it and you're stuck once again, you're realizing this isn't actually sand. It's actually powdered blood. Piles and mounds and miles of it. Where in the world are you, Grim? Unfortunately, there's not much else you can do unless you got something special I don't know about.
No, he's got nothing special. This is freaky, but am I 20 feet away now? Did I make it
you kind of would have gotten like a few feet and then triggered the grapple and he would pull you back to him, so unfortunately still 25 feet.
All right, and my turn.
All right, we'll move to Archgale.
Okay. I wish I could help you, Grim. Sounds like you're having a great time.
You never know. You might be able to jump into that darkness and find yourself there if you really want, Archgale.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to help him that much. I'm gonna... Wish I... Now, it's the one thing that sucks about being a healer is I don't have a lot of combat. So I'm gonna firebolt the priestess.
Okay. Yeah, 28 certainly hits. All right, firebolt swings across the air, singes her as it smacks into her broadside.
All right. Now, well, I guess that's my action. I don't have anything else to do, so I am going to end my turn.
Okay, you end your turn, and we move to her turn. She is going to go ahead and cast a spell at you, Archgale. In response, I'll need a Constitution saving throw. Okay, that is going to fail.
I will burn my inspiration.
Okay. That is still going to fail. So once again, you see she pulls these dark threads from this backless pile behind her, launches them towards you, and you feel them strike into you and sap your life force. You're going to take 52 points of necrotic damage. She's then going to make her way over to here. Okay, as we move to... Oh, it looks like a failed concentration check there. I think you have advantage, so you should get one more roll. Keep in mind the DC is 26. Can you even get it to 26?
Nope, I can't. Well, hold on, I have a plus 3.
If you crit, it's still a pass, right?
Yeah.
No. Crits don't count for saving throws.
Oh, interesting.
It's still a fail, but it's just my beacon of hope, so it's okay.
Yep, Beacon of Hope is gone. All right, we move to the worm's turn. So first, it's going to bring its really massive head down as it tries to bite Caliban. That's going to be a 17. That is going to miss Caliban as it slams down. Caliban, you manage to dodge just out of the way. As it reels its head back up, all these tendrils about its body and inside its body are going to attack Glory. That is going to hit Glory. And it's going to deal 26 points of damage to you there, Glory. Bludgeoning damage, and I'll need a con save. Doing another quick refresh here. Okay, that is going to be a failure.
I will use my fanatical focus.
Okay. Remind me, does that give you a bonus to this, or what does that do?
Yeah, it would be my rage bonus, which I believe is +3 or 4.
Okay, but either way, you're looking at like 13 or 14, so
Yeah,
it's still going to be a failure. All right, so you feel the tendrils have sapped your life force. Your max HP is going to be reduced by 26. All right, and that takes us to the top of the next round. We're actually right halfway through our session here, guys, so let's go ahead and pause, take our 15-minute break, and swing on the other side.
That's good. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Sounds good.
All right, we're back on the other side of our break. Let's get the group over to this dangerous battle they find themselves in right now. Get you guys back on the map. Again, if you haven't refreshed recently, I'd probably do that. We just seem to be in a really bad Roll20 night where everything's just kind of crashing regularly. So it might be one of those where we got to just regularly refresh like every 15 minutes or something like that. But we are at the top of the next round, and it is Laud's turn.
All right, I'll start by moving up 5, 10. Need to measure real fast. Okay. I am going to use my bonus action at the 2nd level to cast Healing Word on Archgal. 17. And then I am going to take a shot at this person with True Strike.
Okay. 18, yeah, that'll connect.
All right.
All right, the bolt punctures
7.
into her, wounding her.
Okay, and then I will, I guess, move back like 5 feet or so, and then end my turn.
Okay, Barnaby.
Oh yeah, that's me. Okay, 3 EBs going towards the spellcaster, the priestess.
Okay. Okay, all 3 of those will connect.
Okay, I'm gonna do the roll. It is going to be 3d10 coming your way. Wait.
Yep, that's it. 3d10 plus 5 on each ray. All right, so 43 points of damage. That will smash into her, and she is looking very badly hurt.
Okay, I'm gonna take a step up and might walk back. Yeah, so 5 feet, and then I'll move back. I want to see if I can get the aura around other people. Okay, and my turn.
Okay, Glory inside the stomach of the massive worm as the acid is moving around. You're going to take 26 points of acid damage.
And attack this creature recklessly.
All right, so that'll be a flat roll. $25 will hit. That will wound it. $11 will miss. $15 will miss.
And end my turn.
Okay, we move to Artem.
Okay, Artem is going to bonus action Blade Song. And then I'm going to rush to here. And first is going to be the True Strike.
Okay. 1, 2, 3 will connect. All right, you hit her hard, taking her below 1 HP, but she falls to 1 HP. In response to you striking her, you notice this blackness leaps out of the pit and circles around you. I'll need a charisma saving throw, Artem. Okay, that is going to fail. All right, as the blackness swirls around you, you get yanked into the pit. You find yourself falling for an indeterminable amount of time, and then suddenly light all around you as you find yourself in this very strange land of blood red sand everywhere around you. As you quickly glance around you, you see Grim about 300 feet away from you. You see this black swirling portal kind of close to him, and you quickly look around and you see another one 60 feet away from you.
A swirling black portal 60 feet away from me?
Yes. I think you've moved 30 feet so far, though.
Yeah. So I still have 10 feet of movement, I guess.
Okay.
So, looking at Grim, I just make out Grim. Does he look like he's fighting the worms, or can I not make that out?
He's 100 yards away or 300 feet away, so it's hard to make out. You can definitely see there are worms by him, but it's hard to make out what's really going on there.
Okay. I will begin running towards the closer black swirly thing.
All right, so you move 10 feet. So you're 50 feet away from your portal. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
All right, roll me a d4, please. All right, you notice the sand swirling under your feet. And we move to Caliban's turn.
I said, cough him up. Still gonna try to just attack the worm here.
All right.
Sorry, after you said refresh every 15 minutes, I didn't, so now it crashed.
Shocking, right? I'm telling you, it's one of those nights for Roll20. I mean, yeah, well, it's not going well right now. All right, 21 will connect.
Clicking on damage, but maybe not. Let's go back to the sheet.
All right, you slash out, connecting with the worm and wounding it. That one will hit as well. Wounding it a second time.
I said, cough him up.
The third one also connects. All right, you continue slashing against the worm's body, drawing thin lines through its skin.
I'm going to bonus action crash the flaming sphere into the priestess.
Okay. She'll go ahead and make her save. She'll fail that. It would take her below 0, but you see she stays at 1 HP.
Heck. I'll end my turn.
All right, Grim in the blood red sands of Whereverville. You're currently grappled and restrained. What would you like to do?
Grapple, let me go!
All right, you try to break free. You're able to do so easily, but you're still ringed by worms.
Run, 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 run!
All right, so you try to get away from these worms, and each one of them is going to take an opportunity attack against you. The first one's going to critically. I know, it's just one of those nights with the rolls. All right, that is going to hit you. Let me roll that piercing crit. All right, here comes piercing crit. Okay, twice as many damage and 1 damage to start of each of its turns until a staunch. Okay, so I'm going to post 1 more damage. So that is going to be 9 plus 5. So that is going to be 14 points of damage dealt to you on that attack at Grim. And then we still have 3 more to go. The third one also manages to connect. All right, 8 more piercing, and now you're grappled and restrained by 2 of these worms. I'm not sure there's much else you can do, but I'll put it out there. Anything you want to do, Grim?
I guess. Yes. I want an action surge.
Okay.
Well, wait. I'm grappled twice now, right?
You are, yes.
So it takes two get outs.
Yes.
Right? And I can't try to get out 3 times, so it's use my action to get out, right?
Correct. Yep. So if you're trying to break both, you'd be smarter to wait till next turn, break, action, break, and then see if you get lucky and not get hit.
That's what I was thinking. I'm relying on my high AC, which isn't working. Okay.
It normally
well, no,
would, but the rolls are hot tonight.
Nothing I could do. You can end my turn there.
Alrighty, we move to Archgale.
Okay, I have a technical question.
I'll give you a technical answer.
Based on some previous rulings, we've determined that spells and whatnots cannot go through walls.
Correct. You have to have line of sight.
Would a worm count as a wall, as in if you are inside of a worm, would a spell damage you?
Well, again, it's going to depend on the spell. So you're asking if you cast a spell from outside the worm, is it going to somehow penetrate the worm's stomach and hit the people inside? Very unlikely, but if the spell somehow says something like it penetrates flesh or something, then yes.
No, it does not.
So very unlikely. So I'd have to read it to give you, to know for sure, but I would say 99% likelihood, no.
Okay, I'm going to move 5 feet to here. To get into an aura. And then I'm going to cast 10-foot radius. Right there, 5, 10. Okay. I'm going to cast Flame Strike on the worm.
All right, you cast a Flame Strike on the worm. It falls down upon the worm's head. Here comes a save. All right, that is going to affect it. So go ahead and post that damage. I think you have to post the spell the other way.
Yep, right here.
I think that's supposed to have fire damage as well, right?
Is it both? I thought it was a choice.
No, it's both.
Oh, it is both. Yep, you're right.
All right, so 36 points of damage that falls down onto the worm. Yep, that'll affect it. Burning and scorching the worm.
It's my action and bonus action durable. I will end my turn.
All right, you end your turn. We move to her turn. She's going to make her way out to here, and she is going to fire.
She takes the 7 points of damage.
She doesn't drop below 1 HP. She is going to blast out necrotic globes of energy over to Laud.
All right.
12 is going to miss. 20 is going to hit.
I will shield that, so my AC would go to 21.
Okay, that means you'll absorb that one and the third one as well. Alrighty, on the worm's turn. So inside, you're still getting all bashed around in their glory. However, based on how damaged it is at the moment, it is going to voluntarily expel you out with a big gout of acid. So you are going to get flung out, and then I'm going to need Constitution saving throws from Glory, Caliban, and Barnaby. All right, so Barnaby will fail, Caliban and Glory will succeed.
Let's see, with a +5, that's a 12. I'm going to use his heroic inspiration and try it again.
Okay.
Use con.
Okay, with a 21, that will succeed. So the three of you will take half of this damage. So that's going to be 26 points of acid damage to each of you. And then the worm is going to sink down into the darkness. All right, Glory, you get spat out to there. And we move to the top of the next round with Laud.
This abyss thing, this darkness, is that like emanating from her, or I kind of missed like the description at the beginning, so I'm trying to figure out if she's like
Not
casting it or
obviously.
conjuring.
Not obviously. Now, of course, you could always take an action to try to perceive something like that, but just on passiveness, you don't see anything that necessarily connects her to it.
Okay. I will try to take an action to see if I can perceive something to end this. Like, it seems like it's a ritual, and I'm trying to figure out like how she's casting it, because it seems to be keeping her alive. So I want to try to figure that out if I can.
Sure enough. So this is your action to perceive. Go ahead and give me a perception check. So what you do notice is the moment the worm vanishes down into the darkness, you see this look of terror comes over her face as she turns and looks to her east.
She's afraid, and she's looking at the east. Get her! And then I will... Who is next? I will Bardic Inspire... Actually, yeah, I'll Bardically Inspire Glory. That's what I'll do.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
All right, we'll move to Barnaby.
Okay, well, I keep hitting her with EVs. I'll try it again.
All right, that first one with the worm no longer here, she's no longer protected from death. That first one is going to destroy her. So as she is destroyed, you will notice the blackness behind you, the pit. It starts to emanate as though it's losing its connection to this plane. Anything else, Barnaby?
Where did Grim go? And where's Artem? My friends. And my
I think they went into the pit.
Maybe we should have kept her alive.
Anything else,
and my
Barnaby?
turn.
All right, we'll move
No.
to Glory's turn. So Glory, technically you're probably prone because you just got spit out, right? I doubt you landed on your feet. So consider yourself prone, but it is your turn.
Okay, I'll stand up. I'm going to move back 20 feet. Use my healing hands action and bonus action extend rage, and then my turn.
Okay, you end your turn. We move to Artem's turn. Artem, you're 50 feet away from your black swirly portal. However, you've drawn the attention of 4 of these worms. They burst forth from the ground and each attack you in coordination.
No, go for the lizard man. He's already held.
24 is going to hit you, dealing 11 points of damage and grappling and restraining you. These next attacks are now at advantage. 20. I know you've got some bonuses, but I think that hits you. What's your altered AC now?
My AC is just 15.
15. Okay, so that's going to hit as well. For 7 points of damage, grappled and restrained again. 16 is going to hit you. For 8 points of damage, grappled and restrained a third time. And 14 will miss. So you are triple grappled and restrained. Your turn, Ardo.
Okay. So Artem's one of his eyes just can peer through the rolling around worm bodies on him, and I will try to Misty Step out of this.
And where are you trying to go? Closer to the portal?
Yes.
All right, so you Misty Step 30 feet away. That does work. You find yourself 20 feet away from the portal.
Okay, I have to burn a third level slot for that because I don't have any second level stuff.
Okay.
So I burn that, and then I'll take one last look at Grim, and I will rush towards the portal.
All right, you rush towards the portal, and as soon as you step into it, you feel this intense cold that flashes through you for just an instant, and then you find yourself falling to the ground back with your companions.
I'll say, no. The lizard man, he's trapped there. The worms, they have him. And I will stand up, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay, we move to Caliban.
I don't know if I can do anything. Caliban's going to, I guess, move to the altar here. Yeah, and I will, I guess, move my bonus action, move my flame around away from Artem so I don't cook him. I don't know if I need that anymore, but I'll hang on to it. Take the dodge action at my turn.
Okay, Grim, at the start of your turn, you are currently double grappled and restrained. So these 4 worms around you are going to attack you. This is at advantage since you are grappled and restrained. One critical hit. Just for ease of play, I'm going to say that's one that was already grappling and restraining you. And that's the other one. So it's going to be 2 piercing crits. Trying to give you here a chance here, Grim, but all right, so maximum amount of damage and then normal. So let me post that. Okay, so those are the posted, and then maximum is another 12 on top of that. So that's gonna be 24 plus 29. That's gonna be 49 points of damage to you, Grim. All right, so you're currently grappled and restrained by 2 worms who just massively struck you as they just kind of chomp down on their already held grasp on you.
Right. Well, I mean, I have advantage of athletics checks, and I have a high AC. I mean, this is the play statistically. So and I have an action surge. So I'm gonna try to get out of both of these grapples and restraint. So here's the first one.
Yeah, you easily break free from the first grapple.
All right, action surge. Do it again.
Yep, you easily break free of that grapple.
All right, so quit it, Adam. I'm gonna try to run to that portal.
All right, I'm crossing my fingers for you. Here comes 4 attacks. These are all flat attacks. You're no longer restrained. Okay, they all missed this time.
Okay, so I should be able to make it, right?
You were 25 feet away. Yep, so you rush to the portal, and much like with Artem, you find yourself falling back with your companions. Okay, without any other obvious threats in the immediate vicinity, we are out of combat, folks.
Woo. Where'd you guys go?
Oh, you made it! Lizard
Oh,
man!
man.
We getting this aura real quick. I don't know. I don't like this place.
All right, roll flaming sphere damage against Grim, please.
Yeah. Let me cancel the
No,
flaming
I'm
sphere.
just kidding. I'm kidding.
I'll cancel that.
All right, it goes away.
It was like this red blood sand, and these worms came out of nowhere and attacked me.
You just got super quiet there, Grim.
Wow, stressful.
His voice is still in the other plane.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, nice.
Sounds like
Yes,
you're
I
talking
believe
with
we
a
were-
paper cup connected to a cord to another paper cup.
Glory, why do you look like the floor of a tavern?
Big worm. Guts.
That's gross. I'm gonna take. Is the body of the caster still here? If so, I'd like to check it and see if there's anything of any value or anything of note on it.
It is indeed. So she is wearing red and white robes, a crudely stitched leather apron that looks to be made from human skin, a hideous leather mask fashioned from the flayed face of a human woman. As you search her body looking for anything else of interest upon her, she has some like candles on her. She has some inks and quills and this types of things. But other than that, and like, clothes and kind of basic things, you don't see anything that really draws your attention of anything of significance.
Do those inks and quills look like they would be the same type that casters use to scribe down scrolls? Because if so, I would take them for just magical ink.
They don't look like they're special in any way. You think this is just for like writing notes and that kind of thing?
Okay.
I'd like to look at the altar and the statue, the big statue in front of me, and see if this all aligns with what I found previously on the walls. With the big worm and everything. Like, is this part of the ritual, or is this what made the tunnels, etc., etc.?
Sure.
Can I help with that? Because I'm proficient in perception.
So this is actually a religion check I'm looking for here.
Oh, okay.
You can make a religion check there. Okay, so you recognize the statue as a representation of Vardasane. If somebody wants to make an Arcana check about the now dissipating swirling black, you could do that as well.
Yeah, Arden would definitely want to do that.
Okay.
Can I help with that one? Because I'm proficient in Arcana.
Yeah, if you're both proficient, we'll give advantage to Artem if he makes a check. One more roll there, Artem. Okay, 19. Okay, that is a success. You're going to recognize the swirl of shadows in the pit beneath the statue as a portal to another plane. You pretty much already figured that out if Grim shared his experience, or you yourself, Artem, but yeah, that is clearly what it was.
I believe we are in another plane of existence, a horrible place of blood.
I don't like this place.
Can I use my insight to try and think about something? I don't know if that makes any sense, but what I'm trying to do is put... Okay. Go
No, I was just going to say, tell me what it is that you're trying to do. I don't think the way you phrase it, but tell me what you're trying to do. Let's see what we can get for you.
Okay. So what I'm trying to do is put the pieces together in my mind of... this place is inhabited by, like, worshippers of Vardasane, and yet all of the ghouls are very scared of this place, and they don't come here. And so I'm trying to think of why that would be the case, if they're kind of following that.
Okay, sure. Give me an insight check. I'll see if I can give you anything there based on your roll.
Well,
the only thing I'll give you with a 6 is you don't know if the ghouls are necessarily afraid of this place. You do recall that Electra said that she navigates her ship away from the island whenever she does, and other boat captains do the same. But clearly there are ghouls here, so you don't necessarily think that ghouls, as a general rule, avoid this place.
Oh, the last king seemed pretty scared of this place too.
Narrowsane had told you that this was a good place to come collect Ghoul's Bane oil. He did not mention anything about dangers here, other than he may have mentioned the angels. I don't recall if he did or not. He does know about them. And that may be the source of, like, it's dangerous going there. But in and of itself, Narrowsane didn't have any necessarily aversion to this place. Chandelier Island is known in the Ghoul Imperium, so it is certainly like a known place, and this oil is considered contraband. So it's, the fact that it's heavily guarded, you're not surprised.
That makes sense. In that case, I'm going to also... Channel Divinity, Preserve Life. I'm going to give myself, what is that? 45. So I'm going to give myself 9. And then I'm going to give, that'll be nice. I'm going to give Grim and Glory 23 each for the remainder.
Thank you.
Is this like a reflecting pool, or is this like a chasm or something? The map, these kind of black tiles with what looks like kind of smoke. Is there anything significant about that?
It is a pit, and this is where you saw this plane to a portal to another plane. But you notice now it is finally winked out, and essentially it is just a pit now. As you glance down with your light source and human eyes, you don't see the bottom of the pit.
Okay. Can I take a like a copper piece and cast light on it and drop it? See if
Sure.
I can see it hit the ground.
Yep, it does eventually. It looks like it's about 70, 80 feet down once it finally lands.
Okay. And then can I discern anything about the floor? Now that I can see it down there.
Give me a perception check.
Okay, one sec.
It looks like the sort of like the bowels of the stalagmite. You don't see any obvious exits based on the little bit of light radius that you have there, like where it landed. You're certainly not seeing everywhere in the pit. It seems as though the top level here is like the opening of the pit, but it kind of widens as it goes down. So you're not seeing the edges of the walls everywhere. You don't know how much of this you're seeing, but on a quick glance, you would say you might only be seeing like 20% of everything that's down there. And you don't notice anything other than rock walls, the rock floor, uneven, like pointy areas, jagged rock, that sort of thing. It certainly is not like a finished area.
Okay, and I wasn't sure like if we kept climbing or anything. Would it look like an area that we already went through? Because like we were kind of going through the caves at first. Like maybe that was below us or something.
It's hard to say, but based on a quick, like trying to gauge where you were and how you ascended, you don't think that you guys physically went through that exact area. You might have been around it, but not necessarily in the pit.
Okay.
I'd like to search the altar, see if there's like any cubbies or any books or anything like that sitting on it.
Sure, yeah. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. You don't find any cubbies. You do see this piece of cloth, this red cloth is kind of draped over it, and you realize that the cloth is red because it is soaked in dried blood. So at one time, obviously, it was wet, but it's dried to the point where now it's just kind of caked with blood. It's obviously a gruesome and ghastly kind of decoration for this altar.
Okay. Does the priest have any significant insignias on them? Like that would denote like they're powerful or maybe a higher rank or anything like that?
Nothing like that, but based on their attire, you can definitely deduce that this was a priestess of Vardasing.
Okay, well, I'm satisfied, you guys. We can leave.
What about these other
Wait. What about the toad outside, the fungi? We gotta talk to him. Weren't you able to talk to him?
I was. I don't know how long it's been, if I still can.
Probably can. But the doors had those flame skulls, so it might be trapped.
Yeah, we should probably go the way we came.
Go around?
Yes.
You should still be able to understand and speak with him for a good half hour at least.
Okay.
Adam, is this a blood fountain here?
As you investigate this area here, Caliban, you notice a pool of oily red liquid surrounded by a low stone wall stands in the center of this chamber beneath a man-sized hole in the ceiling.
Oily. He said oily.
Oh, is this the goods? This might be the goods.
Oh, is it like dripping down?
It seems to be. There's a hole. And is this a chest back here, Adam?
It is.
I would like to open that chest.
The chest opens easily, and you notice that it is fitted with felt that is in the shape of like a holder. And you can see the slots in this felt contain, roll me a D4 here, Caliban.
4 worms.
10 vials, so each one of the slots is filled. There's no open slots. There's 10 glass vials that seem to be empty.
I wonder if that's for grabbing this stuff, but maybe we should check it for traps before we do anything.
Great idea. You should do that.
This would be a great way to transport it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but okay, I'll check for traps.
Give me an investigation check.
All right.
Yeah, you look around you don't see any kind of, tiles that you think would move, switches, nothing that seems obvious.
Okay. Maybe we can grab some and see if it's what we think it is.
How would we test that?
We were told kind of what it looked like, right? By Narasane. Would if we put it in a vial, would we be able to kind of discern that?
Hard to say, but as you're standing around here chatting, you hear the sound of a drop hitting into the fountain, and you see the ripples go across this area, and looking up, you can see this way above you is this glass-like chandelier type thing that you saw when you first approached the island. This hole in the ceiling goes all the way through, and then you see the chandelier all the way at the top, hundreds of feet above you, drips this liquid down every now and then.
Well,
This has
I
got to
think,
be it.
yeah,
We should fill all those vials.
we should. Said there was 10 of them?
There are 10 vials, yep.
As well as any other vials we might have.
Ooh, let me check the character sheet.
Do the vials need to be special to contain this stuff?
Well, I'll save you a little bit of time. The pool contains enough oil, and that was the roll, so I just made the number of vials equal the number of, charges that were in the... So there's only enough to fill 10 vials.
Gotcha. Okay.
Hey,
We should take it out.
Rolled well for a change. Yeah, let's do it.
And
Yes,
maybe-
let's fill this.
Maybe each of us has one, and we put the other 4 in the bag of holding.
Well, we don't
three.
exactly want it out in the open, especially if we're headed to the capital.
It's
That's true.
contraband, right? Yeah,
Maybe we put it all in the bag of holding.
Yeah, I think that's the best choice.
for now.
Because it's going to take an
Well,
action kind of no matter what we do.
All right. I will add that 1 second.
All right, so you take
It's
time
useful.
filling these vials up. As you're filling it up, you notice that the oil is a rusty red gelatinous liquid, and it glistens with tiny sparkling crystal flecks.
What is the name of this again?
Ghoulbane oil.
What am I looking at over here, Adam? Bones?
Yes, that's exactly what you're looking at. It looks like a carpet of bones.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to take one step closer. Do I see anything shiny and glinty in the bones?
Go ahead and throw me a perception check. You notice slight movement in the bones, and as you watch the movement, you notice a rat scurries away under a bigger pile.
It's full of rats, Slud.
I don't want to go in there.
Let's go.
We still have to get past the angels if we ever get out of here. Let's go talk to this fun guy.
Fun guy.
Okay. Where's he at?
Down here.
To the south.
You notice he moves very slowly as he turns and looks towards you and blinks his eyes.
Hello. There was a evil lady, and she's gone now.
He stares at you. You can assume that he's understanding you, but he doesn't react in any way.
What's in this room over here? I'll
That's
point it.
that's the place we came from.
What do you guys want me to ask him?
I get. I don't know. It's just a strange character.
Ask him if he wants to come with us.
Yeah, you want to come with us? Or is there anything special about this island? Any secrets?
I care mushrooms.
Oh, you take care of them? You're like a gardener?
Yes.
So you want to stay?
Yes.
What do these mushrooms do?
Food. for living.
Like, can I eat one? I
I'll
like
take
eating.
some. I'll take some.
You notice he slowly moves his head a little bit and says, yes, living. Good.
I will reach down and act like I'm gonna start collecting one and see if he's okay with it.
You see he steps forward a little bit and says, you fat fingers, me show you. Speaking in very broken Derricule, you see he reaches down, and as he looks at it, you see he just holds his hands there and just like moves his fingers very lightly, and you see the mushroom just kind of separates, not breaking the stalk, just kind of the cap comes off, and then he holds it out to you.
Yeah, thank you.
And he will back away to the wall once again.
I want to eat. Were you going to eat that, Lord?
You can have half of it, and I'll have half of it.
No, I want my own. Can you ask him for? Can I try? Ask.
He wants one too, and I'll point to Grim.
All right, you'll notice now he's over here, and he says, "Oh, okay." And he leans down here with a little bit of a bigger one, looks back at you, Grim, and says, in broken Derricule, "Yes, you bigger one." And once again, kind of separates a bit of a larger mushroom and hands that to you.
I nod.
Are we eating these?
I'm eating it. I'm eating it, Adam.
I'll do the same with mine. It's if we die together.
It's got a very earthy taste to it, but it's very meaty in essence. Like if you've ever had a thick like portobello mushroom, think of it like that, but probably like triple the thickness. So it's very chewy and meaty, but it's got a pretty good flavor to it.
Do we notice any effects, either good or bad?
Not at this point, no.
Okay. Well, they might all want one too, and
No.
point to the rest
I'm
of them.
good. I'm okay. I don't want to. I think we should leave.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go back to the way we came, right? No more exploring.
I'll have a mushroom.
And just as a reminder, the mushroom guy can't understand anybody but Laud because of the tongue spell. So he is not hearing what you're saying. He's just kind of like looking towards Laud when any of you guys start speaking.
Oh, okay. I will point at Glory and be like, he wants a mushroom too.
All right, so he'll
And if
repeat the
any-
process again and kind of just gently extract the cap and hand that to you, Glory.
And I don't know if anybody else wants one, but if they do, I would, do the same thing.
I am quite all right. I do not desire to eat strange mushrooms in this place.
And strange foods are the best.
I'll give it a try.
All right, so you communicate that from Laud, and he'll kind of make his way over to here at this point. You see he's very selective at which mushrooms he's separating the caps from, and then he pulls this one off, and he'll hand it to you, Caliban.
Bow. Thank you. Thank you.
And he just watches you with the big eyes and blinks every now and again.
I do hope we are enjoying our picnic, but we do have a boat to get back to.
Okay.
There's a room on the other side of that altar I'd like to check out.
I would
Fine.
advise
I
against
do
it.
not want to check it out. No, we go back to the boat. We still have the angels to contest with, by the way.
Yeah.
But there could be good stuff over there. That's probably the treasure room over there.
These people traded in blood and religion. They didn't have treasure.
We got what we came for. Mark the
Yeah,
box and let's go.
We can go back.
All right, so you guys are trying to exit this area just the way you came?
Yep.
All right, so you make your way back, going through the tunnel. Remember, it's really tight. You make your way through the tunnel, and eventually you find yourself emerging back out on the outskirts of the island. As a reminder, you guys are at the lowest point. You went into the first entrance that you found, so you find yourself here.
All right, let's not waste any time. Let's make haste and get back to the boat.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, you guys make
And-
your way down the ramp. Yep, someone wanted to add something?
I want to look around. Are those angels around? If not, I need to heal myself or I'm going to be dead in one turn.
You don't see them at the moment, and you don't hear them.
Okay, let's keep going.
All right, you make your way down the ramp and to the boat proper, and you notice Electra standing there, and she has kind of a surprised look on her face as she turns and sees you, and she says, "Why did I expect anything different? You did return, all of you, in fact. Are we ready to go?"
We run up. Start the car! Start the car! Start the car! Yeah, we're in a hurry. We're like, let's go! Let's go! And I pull the anchor up or whatever I need to do. Take the ropes off the pier.
And she says, "Calm yourself. We're not in too much of a hurry. We'll be okay. But yes, we can go."
And I'll
We'll be
keep
okay.
eye out looking for those angels so they don't ambush us again, or hopefully don't.
They won't cause us any more trouble.
Well, is it because the ritual's over? We killed the worm? Is that why?
I wish I knew, but they actually flew down and spoke to me. It was a very strange circumstance, but they assured me that they would not attack this vessel again.
Oh,
They
okay.
spoke to you? You speak Infernal?
They did not speak Infernal at that time. No, they spoke in the common tongue.
What did they
You
say?
must no longer be bound.
It was very strange, if I can say so myself. It's like they spoke and their lips moved, and every now and again more words just like appeared in my head, even though their mouth did not move. It was a very strange circumstance, but essentially they said that they would not harm the vessel once again, and that we were free to leave when we wished.
I wonder if we broke whatever spell was over them.
Yeah, I was going to ask if I could do a religion check to see if whatever ritual we disrupted unbounded them.
Yeah, it'd probably be hard to deduce that without seeing them, seeing anything that, like when you guys broke it, seeing the creatures themselves. So yeah, I would say probably not on that. Based on what she's describing to you, though, you don't get the impression that there's been a dramatic change. Like, she didn't say, oh, they totally changed in appearance, or that the chains that were on them fell away. Nothing like that. So you're assuming it's nothing dramatic.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, so with the boat unmoored from the dock, you guys are able to start moving across the Sulphur Sea once again. And as you get just a little bit away from Chandelier Island, making your way through the waves, and you can see the yellowish color of the sea, of course, all around the vessel. You'll see that Electra looks towards you all now as the boat is moving, and she says, "Okay, now I know what we spoke of in our agreement, our deal, and so forth, and I, of course, mean to live up to that agreement, but tell me how it is that you plan to now get into Vandicule proper. I can give you some tips in that regard, but there's definitely going to be some hiccups, you might say."
I'm gonna let you talk to these guys. I need to take just a quick little rest, a little short rest or something while we go.
I mean, are there any like hidden alcoves or any way that we could get in kind of unnoticed?
By water? No, we're going to have to go in through the docks, and the docks are watched closely and regulated, and every vessel that comes that way gets inspected and must pay a customs tax for any goods that it is bringing. If you allow me to interact with the dock workers and the customs officials, I can try to smooth things over, as, of course, I've done this trip many times before.
So I think we are sticking with our story. So we have this book here. It makes us look like ghouls. And because we were so odd and bizarre, we wanted to go with the story that we're with the Plague Joy Legion. And that we're on a special mission, and we sought you out for transportation. We're returning to the lords who sent us on that mission, and that's why we need to see them.
It's possible that could work. Keep in mind that living beings do indeed enter Vandicule somewhat regularly. In fact, they have an entire quarter of the city known as the Fleshling Quarter, and that's where the living stay. They're required to stay in that area unless they have a ghoul escort to move around the city proper. Be aware, though, that many merchants try to do things to disguise their living nature and appear undead so they don't have to pay the extra tax. So the custom officials are usually pretty good at deducing who's living and who's not, even with magic and such.
Well,
I mean, would anybody down here know what we look like? They might know what our ghoul forms look like more than our regular forms at this point.
pretty wanted. Well, I mean, we've been hunted. Remember when we were trying to make our way out of the, out of the highway, the shadow roads? We were being tracked down by ghouls the entire time.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, we do have those connections.
But we have to get to them still. Could you tell me more about why the Empire puts up with living creatures in their own luxury city?
Well, of course, for trade, they bring in many different types of things. Many of the living bring in slaves for food, fodder for the ghouls. Others bring in items of various interest. Keep in mind that many of the people in Vandicule, the nobility, the aristocracy, they're all about one-upping one another and looking fancier and having the best buildings and pleasure barges and all of that sort of thing. So they buy jewelry and silks and everything you can imagine.
It's interesting. I can't believe a living person would willingly do such a thing.
Well,
You see,
I've
she
heard they've had
smiles slightly towards you. She smiles slightly towards you and she says, "You're surprised that the living would give up their own in order to enrich themselves? You can't be that naive."
I just frown at her. Well, in any case, we do need to see these two people. Hold on. My logbook. No, I lost it, and that's my excuse for why I don't know anything anymore. But we're seeking out these two lords. Lod, do you remember their name?
Maybe. Let me look at my books.
Well, certainly she doesn't need to know them.
Well, she could help us, point us in the right direction. She might even be able to give us a better story.
I remember the lords, if that's helpful.
Yes, that would be
Yes.
helpful.
It's Marquis Dorva Greysuture and Marquis Lazaro Dimas? Dimas?
Demas? Dimes or AS?
Yes, is what I wrote down, but
Yeah, those are the people I remember too.
You see, she smiles slightly as you're reciting this, and she says, "Marquise is the title for the male, and Marquess is the title for the female."
Are they
Oh,
married?
I'm not very cultured. That's my bad.
Yeah, well, those are the people.
And you wish to know where they are?
Yeah.
I could tell you that, but I think we're getting to the point where I've gone above and beyond what we've suggested, and I hate to bring this up, but I'm starting to feel a bit, thirsty, you might say, a bit weak, because things have gone, and I've tried to make sure everything's gone the way that you wish. Do I have a volunteer to offer a blood donation and put me back into top shape, and I can make sure to negotiate with the dock workers, the customs officials, and get you exactly where you need to go?
Oh, Lod's got extra blood for all of us, so I think it should be you.
What do you mean?
I can do it, Lod. I kind of like her.
Okay.
And
Here he
she
goes
looks
again, huh?
She looks towards you, Caliban, and she says, "Oh, that is quite generous." And then you see she licks her lips and she says, "Where would you like me to bite you?"
I don't know. Below deck? Is that not here? Everybody's gonna be watching. That'll be awkward.
And you see she kind of smirks a bit and she says, "Oh, by below deck, I thought you meant something else." "Okay, yes, we could go down below."
Yeah. Your quarters? Yeah. Let's do that.
Artem rolls his eyes.
All right, she'll make her way to the hatch and she'll lift it up and she'll say, "After you."
Yeah, Caliban would go down. She seems trustworthy.
All right, she'll
Uh,
follow.
I'm gonna look at Laud and I'm gonna ask him. Wait, does that mean he's gonna be a vampire? Laud, how does that work? With
I don't think vampire spawns can make you into a vampire. Just regular vampires can make you into a vampire.
well, what's the difference?
I don't know. The other ones aren't as good.
Oh, well, okay.
Seniority.
Yeah. Is that something I could try to recall?
Sure. I'd say this is a religion check. That's what it would be based on.
Okay. Well, I'm
Can I
terrible at
help-
that. So.
Can I? Or yeah, can I help with that? Because
Sounds
I
like
didn't
you should
realize that'd
probably
be-
just make the check, Archgale. Yeah.
yeah,
you can go ahead and
okay.
roll.
I can't. I'm trying to talk through it. Maybe it, makes me remember something.
So there's always variances, right? There's not just one type of vampire, and that's how it works. But what I would say is, based on your training, the most common kind of vampire that you can recall, Laud is correct. The true vampires can make spawns. Spawns cannot make other spawns or vampires. They don't have that ability.
Is there a way to tell the difference between the two?
Not just based on looking. You would have to have like a lot more clues. You'd have to be able to probably analyze where they came from, observe them very closely. You're beyond what I would call like a general religion check now. Like
Okay.
if you were a vampire hunter and had done this for 20 years, then yeah, maybe.
I'm gonna run over to the hatch and yell out, "You're a spawn, right?"
She doesn't reply, but you have a feeling that she's already moved probably into a different room with Caliban.
Well, I guess the best we can do is hope that's the case.
Well, worst case scenario, he becomes a vampire.
All right, once you're in the separate room, Caliban, you'll see she closes the door and she points to the bed and she says, make yourself comfortable.
Okay. You'll kind of try to lay down, and of course he's in armor, right? So it's just like clanking and clanking and sort of somewhat robotic, and maybe the last thing he does is sort of like flop over onto his back.
And you see she looks you up and down and taps her fingernail to her teeth for a moment and says, well, the best blood comes from the neck, of course, but I certainly wouldn't want to hurt you too badly, so a wrist or even an ankle would be sufficient. What do you prefer?
He just sticks one arm straight up in the air and takes a gauntlet off and sticks his arm straight up in the air.
All right, and you see she smiles and moves forward slowly, and she puts both of her hands underneath your hand with your palm up, and you see she's looking at your skin for a moment, and then she looks towards you and she says, now don't be afraid, this will hurt just a bit. And then you see, sure enough, she opens her mouth and her fangs protrude as she bites into your wrist and begins to drain some of your blood. You will take
The suspense.
5 points of piercing damage from the teeth and 8 points of necrotic damage from her actually draining out your blood. I know you're resistant to necrotic, so you can cut that to 4. You see she is essentially continuing to drain blood from your wrist.
Oh, okay. I'm still a little hurt from the fight there, so let's not go too much now, right?
She raises a finger to you as like, just wait one moment, and she continues draining the blood from your wrist. And you'll take another 2 points of necrotic, and then you see she extracts her fangs and licks her lips as you notice some of your blood trailing down the corner of her mouth, and her tongue goes there quickly, lapping it up as quickly as she can. And then you see she turns towards you, and you notice her pallor, this like really washed out color of her skin, seems to suddenly become more flush. In fact, it looks like almost as though there's some color now moving through her skin, kind of like moving from down up to the top of her head. And then you see she smiles and says, my, what a wonder that does to an aching body. Oh, thank you so much.
No problem. It wasn't that bad.
Oh, that's what I tell everybody, but no one believes me.
You've been very helpful. I'm glad we were able to help you.
Oh, yes, and I'm really pulling for you once you get there, because you've got your work cut out for you, but, well, it should be fun for you, I'm sure.
I'm
Is
not sure
there
what fun.
anything else you're interested in before we head back up?
N- no, I don't think so. I probably better get back up there with my friends.
You see she chuckles to herself and says, yes, yes, of course. And you see she opens the door and motions with her hand for you to go.
He'll head up, maybe a little embarrassed and a little paler, and wander over to Archgale, and that wasn't too bad. But I do realize I'm still a bit hurt.
I think we all are. I don't have much to even help you at the moment. We should probably make rest before we land in the city.
Agreed.
Open your mouth, Caliban.
Uh, why?
Do you have fangs normally?
Oh, well, they're a little pointy, but I wouldn't call them fangs. And kind of gives you a weird little awkward smile. They kind of go with the horns, you know.
I just want to make sure you don't have new ones.
No strange cravings.
All right, and as you guys are chatting, you hear the sound of her ascending the ladder, and as she exits, all of you now recognize that she looks much better than she did before, and you see she smiles and says, okay, so to make preparations, we're about 3 hours out from Vandekul. I know it looks closer, you can see the lights from here, but it will take 3 hours to get there. Generally from here, it is quite smooth sailing. I don't anticipate we'll run into any trouble before we get there. Is there any other questions you have or preparations you wish to make before we continue on?
Do you know what? Well, how long has it been since we last slept?
I think you guys are still on the same day that you already took a long rest, so I think you would have several hours before nighttime.
Okay. Preparations. Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to spend some resources. I don't have many left. I'm gonna motion for anyone who's seriously hurt to come and see me.
Well, but I could just take a rest, right? But I'll come see you.
Well, do we want to take a short rest? I guess we can do that while we sail back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, does that sound good with you, Caliban?
Yep. Short's good.
Okay. So what other preparations do we need to make then?
Well, we need to know where these Marquis and Marquess is. Try to get there quickly and find refuge. So that's the goal.
I guess we also need to know if we're going as humans or ghouls. Well, I guess humanoids.
I think whatever the captain prescribes is probably the best bet.
I think if we go under ghouls and we get discovered, like they discovered me at the other place, at the pit of despair, then we're going to be in trouble for disguising ourselves. But if we go as we are and we have a ruse like we're trading goods, that makes a little more sense because we have goods on us. I vote humanoid, flesh form.
Well, let's see what the captain says. I think that was the captain's recommendation pretty much as well.
Oh, well, what I would say is that if you try to trick them, it might work, but it might not. If it doesn't work, they might be a bit angry, and, well, I've heard in my time before that when the people would try to trick them, they would charge them extra fees, but it's not as though they call the army down upon you for trying to trick them. It's just such a common trick that they kind of look out for it and assess extra fees, essentially. If you do enter the city as fleshlings, then you'll be limited to the fleshling quarter, unless you get a ghoul escort. I have heard that they will allow people to pay money to be escorted by ghouls, but you still have to be very careful because there are so many ghouls in Vandekul that if you just get a few hungry ones, like the beggar ghouls, for example, your escorts may not be able to fend them off too much if you make too much of a hassle or put yourself in too much danger, that sort of thing. I'd be happy to offer you another opportunity or another perhaps direction that you could go if you wish, since you've been so accommodating.
Sure. What do you have in mind?
Well, my mistress actually is in Vandekul, and you could see her. She might be able to aid you in your desired goal. Her name is Mother Ludmilla Genova, and you can find her in the Temple of Agonizing Bliss. If you go and speak with her and tell her that you had conversations and worked alongside me, maybe she'll look upon you favorably.
Certainly. Can you spell her name as I take out a new piece of paper to start my notes over again?
Yep, I'll go ahead and throw that in chat for you.
Is that in the flesh quarters or in the ghoul quarters?
Oh, she is in the city proper. The Fleshling Quarter is fairly small. There's only a couple of really things of interest there. The size of the Fleshling Quarter is probably a 1/20th of the entire size of the town.
And what should we say to your patron, I suppose, if we were to meet her?
Well, based on what you've told me, what you're trying to do, she may be able to aid you. She is a devout follower of Morena, and not necessarily in league with the ghouls fully, if you get my drift. She is a loyal servant of King Lucan, and so you may be able to find common cause with her.
King Lucan? Is that a vampire king?
Yes, he is the ruler of the greater duchy of Morgau, Doresh, and Krakovar.
You mean Krakova?
You see she smiles towards you and says, well, the conquerors rename what they will.
We'll conquer it back, don't worry.
If you say so.
Regardless, how would she be able to help us? Or should we talk to her? How about this? Would she request anything of us for her assistance?
It depends on what you ask her to do. She is a very proud individual if you show her respect and treat with her as a respected and a powerful equal to yourselves, and she may be amenable to providing you with information. She has a lot of knowledge about the comings and goings of Vandekul, and that could serve you quite well.
So you're not going to meet her, even though she's your mistress?
Perhaps, but not right away. I have my own tasks that I must take care of. As you will recall, I am off my current schedule because my ship was, redirected, we shall say.
All right, we'll tell her you said hi and that you'll stop by shortly in like a day.
That should be sufficient, yes.
So then we have to go in ghoul form then, because otherwise, I'm just a little confused on that. Adam, like, is her? If we go in flesh, we have to hire someone to go see him. But if we are in ghoul, we don't have to hire.
So basically, what it boils down to is if you go as ghouls and then the dock customs workers realize you're not ghouls, they will charge you extra and basically expect you to cancel your ghoul form, because if you don't, you're lying, essentially, right? So she's saying if you go through and try to trick them, they kind of raise the alarm that, yeah, you're not really ghouls, and they expect you to follow the rules for flesh lanes. So there's a risk of that. If it works, though, then yes, you could walk through the ghoul quarters, the full city, and not be harassed by other ghouls or by the law, as it were. If you instead go as fleshlings, then there's no trick, right? So they're going to charge you the extra rate, and then they'll send you to the fleshling quarter. But if you wish to go to the greater city, then you just hire a ghoul escort, and that will allow you to go escorted. So it really depends on what level of secrecy you think you're going to need. If you're ghoul escorts, obviously you probably don't want to talk and say you're going to like overthrow the ghoul kingdom with ghoul escorts. So you got a decision to make.
I'll ask her how much are the fees for if we just show up as we are versus if we're caught disguised.
Generally speaking, they will charge about 10% of everything in the vessel for the living and 5% if you are undead.
How much
Do
is this
you?
stuff worth?
Yeah.
Well, based on the current goods inside the vessel, I would expect it probably be about 50 gold if you go living and 25 as undead.
That's not
Okay.
horrible. I think. Okay, so are the docks the major place where they do these kinds of investigations?
Yes, for every vessel that comes into the city, of course. There are gates on the north and south side of the city for anybody that's coming on land that they do the same.
So if we were to go to the Fleshling Quarter and then disguise ourselves, we would have a much higher chance of going undetected.
I suppose so, yes.
I think that's the best plan right there.
Sounds like the safest bet. We do need to have some kind of story as to why we're here, though.
We're traders, and we're going to go trade with the mother Ludmilla. In fact, weren't you the one, Artem, who was being sought after by this captain?
No, it was someone else.
Ah, well, I guess I don't know my vampires too well, but still, it could be a good cover.
What? Sell my blood?
But yes.
Never.
It's just
I'm
a
going to keep
cover
this blood in my
story.
body as long as I can.
It's just a cover story for the ghouls. We're not actually going to sell your blood.
Do I need to be chained and pretend to be your captive?
We did that once. I don't think we need to do that again.
Alright, just don't give him any ideas. I don't want my blood.
I will also
looks like
caution you,
vampire.
good people, that if you have anything that would make you stick out as being enemies of the ghouls, you'll want to either throw those things over deck now or hide them very well. But again, that's always a risk. I'm sure, based on the fact that you were just at Chandelier Island, that you've likely acquired some ghoulbane oil. If that is tracked or shown that you have it, of course, that would raise many red flags. Other things that would do the same would be things like holy symbols of good deities. They would certainly see that as being not normal. Or if you had, say, for example, some kind of embroidery or symbol showing that you were a knight of a fallen kingdom. She looks at Archka.
Yeah. I'll tuck those away. How well hidden are we talking?
They will search things very rigorously. They look for anything that could be of danger to the society. If you're really good at hiding things on your person, or you have a really good ability to wiggle your tongue and make them believe what you say, you might be able to get away with it.
Should I put that in the bag of holding? How does that work? Can they search the bag of holding?
Yeah, I was gonna ask actually. Like, I mechanically do not know how that would work if somebody else searches for something. Do you have to know the item is in there, or can they just keep retrieving things forever?
Yeah, bag of holding is not like an attunement item, so anybody that has it can reach in and pull stuff out. Yeah, it wouldn't necessarily they wouldn't know what they're looking for, but yeah, they could just keep scooping things out.
I
Okay.
think it actually says you have to like name the item and then reach in and grab it.
I think that's to make it like pop to the top, but I'm pretty sure you can just like turn it upside down and dump everything out.
Yeah, if you
Yeah, that's it. You
unfold
could
it.
dump everything. This would be bad for us.
So maybe we need an even better way to hide. How do we hide all that?
I don't know. We could put it up Grimm's butt.
I was gonna say I could keister at least one of those vials.
Well, we can just put the whole bag of holding up there.
That ain't gonna fit. Trust me. Not. I've spent my time in prison. I know what I can keister and what I can't. Too much information.
That's how you. That
What
must
does
be how you broke
Easter
out.
mean?
Okay. Well.
So as we're
should come up with a
ending,
plan.
as we're reaching the end of our session time here, give me an idea. Are you guys trying to go in as living and then go right to the Fleshling Quarter? Is that your plan? Just high level?
Yes, that sounds like it.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so we'll let you guys take the time between this session and next session to figure out how you're going to try to hide things, right? That's not super critical because either they'll get found or they won't, right? But yeah, so it sounds like you guys will come in as Fleshlings, go to the Fleshling Quarter. There is an inn there in the Fleshling Quarter where you'll be able to find accommodations. The next level up occurred once you get your long rest after Chandelier Island. So let's assume that once you get to the Fleshling Quarter, you're going to take a long rest in the inn there. You'll get your level up. So feel free to level up to 12. And then, yeah, we're like very much at the end of our campaign here, guys. I would guess based on you guys, obviously skipped a lot on Chandelier Island. I would guess we have 1 to 2 sessions left. So, yeah, it should be interesting, but level up to 12. Let me know if any questions on the level up, and then we will see everybody next week and continue and get closer to the finale of our campaign here, guys.
Sounds good.
Wow.
Just to confirm, you said 12 now, or 12 after we get there?
It's technically once you get there and get it, but go ahead and level up to 12 because unless you do something really crazy, you'll be able to get to the Fleshling Quarter and rest pretty easily.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right, good deal. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see everybody next week.
Yeah, see you
Sweet.
guys.
Bye,
Good night.
Like I